The 19th day of March, 2025, and we are coming to you live. Good morning. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Did anybody watch this yesterday? The space rocket come back?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
I watched it live.
Oh, did you?
You see the most amazing thing? Have you heard about this?
What?
So the capsule, it was very hard for me to figure out how those guys were in that capsule and what that must have felt like to come down in that small thing, you know? I mean, I know it comes down and it breaks off and blah, blah, blah. But look, there's the last piece on the parachutes, and it's floating into the water. So it lands in the water, and then they have to go and wrangle it, pull it onto the boat that they have, and a big arm picks it up and puts it on what they call the nest. It's like a holder for the capsule to make sure that's good. That's over. To make sure that it's sturdy or whatever, and then they blow the doors off. But while it's there, right there in the water, they go around it like that, and they're trying to get the harness around it so they could pull it over before they let the astronauts out. And I don't know if they're going to show it here or not. But yeah, but look at that. School of dolphins came up.
Oh, that's
and just
awesome.
started swimming. Yeah, but it was like 20 dolphins were just jumping up and down around.
Dolphins are aliens.
That's
Dolphins
what I
are
said. They're like,
aliens.
did you bring any of our friends back?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to watch. Anyway, good morning.
Doesn't that seem like you just got back from space? How? A big piece of cloth with strings on it, and then we have to pull it up. Like, there's got to be, like, Elon has rockets that go backwards. That makes more sense.
This was an Elon rocket.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, the capsule,
Yes.
There's got to be a better way.
It has to explode from one other piece and then parachute down into the water. It seems dangerous.
That capsule looks so huge and heavy to be carried by those it looked like parachutes.
No, yeah, but it is parachutes, but it was 4 or 3 parachutes. And it's not really being carried; it's being slowed down a little.
Right.
Hey, guys, I don't want to interrupt, but
Yes,
there's a flashing white light in here that's not the hotline, so I don't know if we're on air or not. So I'm going to run down and get started.
Well, let's start saying the F word.
Is
Until we
he-
figure it out.
Boy.
Johnny, is the light over the door flashing?
No, but it's like it's over in front of seat 2, like behind the monitor. It's like one of these little, siren-looking lights. But it's
Stand by, Johnny. Joe, what's the chat room saying?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the
I didn't do anything different.
No,
everything's
you can go get the engineer. Just leave the board as it is, and
Okay.
but
All right.
I'll handle it from here.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I got you. I got you back.
No
Nothing,
swearing.
Nothing in the chat room at all. It looks like we're up and running
All right.
on YouTube.
All
and
right.
I am connected to Bone TV, but I don't know if we're being seen over there.
Oh man.
Always something.
So-
We're sitting here talking about people coming back from space. We can't even get a radio
No.
show to work properly.
It stopped. It stopped doing it.
Oh yeah, we fixed it.
Oh.
That's it.
All right.
Lights off, shows off. We're fine.
Oh.
So anyway, what were we saying? The
Parachutes and-
parachute, and
Listen,
Space
man,
Shuttle.
dolphins.
Amazing.
Dolphins are aliens.
I mean, they do talk to each other.
Oh, yeah. They're
And
very intelligent.
They're very intelligent. They talk to each other. Imagine though that that's a planet and it's just all dolphins.
But what if they have changed, they've evolved to live in the water? Because like Dr. Kaku said, where they continue to keep going and whatever, and if they did go underwater, they evolved to be able to live underwater, and then that's the best scenario is to be dolphin shaped because it's aerodynamic, they can swim, they communicate with each other.
Yeah.
You're
That's
saying
not
they
what
had
they
a human type form, but over the
they may have
billions
had
of years.
Yeah, they may have had a different form, but as they go to whatever planet they go to, they adapt and become whatever they
I still don't
become.
buy into the.
I'm a genius.
I still don't buy into the, because you and I have had this conversation before about adapting and change. Well, not adapting, but
100%.
Galvin
Evolving.
thinks. Yeah, Galvin thinks that if we didn't have airplanes, we would have grown wings by now.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it's in our DNA. I don't
Look at
believe
a giraffe.
that
Look at a
Okay.
giraffe.
Okay.
Giraffes were not made with long necks.
How do you know?
Because they have studies. They've seen it evolve.
Jamie, bring me up a picture of a small giraffe.
Yeah. Jamie. Have you guys heard the theories on octopus? Like, there's a lot of
Octopus are alien too, man.
Yeah.
there's a
Well, they
lot of
look like it.
scientists that actually say that their DNA doesn't match up.
Anything
like,
on Earth.
Yeah.
right,
Yep.
and they're so smart, dude. They can open up jars underwater and everything else.
Did you ever see that? I'm sure you have because you said it. But the video of the octopus opening the jar to get the food.
Oh yeah.
The guy puts the food in there. I mean, that is pretty incredible.
And the octopus can go into a hole that's like an inch around, and the
Yeah.
octopus is like 10 pounds or whatever, and it can go. It's amazing. And just think about the different stuff that can change color. How are there eels that are electric? How is
Yeah.
there electricity?
Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Say the octopi are alien.
Okay.
How did they get here?
They've been here.
Spaceships that landed underwater, and then they.
But
Or meteorites.
Picture yourself. Meteorite, maybe.
Meteorite,
Picture
sure.
yourself. I mean, picture this for yourself. Octopi inside a spaceship. Like, what is their spaceship
But also,
look like?
again, yeah. But why not? An octopus could control 8 things at once.
I know. It's just a weird picture to picture.
Right,
them.
because you're just thinking human, and you're
Right.
thinking aliens, and you're thinking the big head with the almond eyes and the long
Yeah.
fingers and all that type of stuff. But who knows? Who knows? How did we get here? You know what I mean? So how does anything happen?
I love that octopus can be alien and the most advanced non-DNA having creature ever, and we're like, we're gonna make you an appetizer, a delicious appetizer.
Have
Yeah,
you
pretty good.
seen the
Yeah.
documentary My Octopus Teacher?
No. No, but I heard about
It's
it.
fantastic.
Yes,
And
yes.
if
I'd
you
still
like,
eat it.
no, you won't. Not after watching that. You shouldn't. Yeah, I feel terrible that I ever.
I'd
ate
eat that
octopus.
specific
Oh,
octopus.
no.
But that's what we're supposed to do, right? It's
And we're hungry.
the circle of life.
Yeah.
Especially in a sous vide, and then you char it on a grill
charred
afterwards.
octopus.
Oh.
Well, you only need to take one leg at a time.
Yeah,
you
you
grill
go,
it back.
you go.
take the next
Oh,
one.
that's right. Because they can grow the.
That's
Can they do
very
that too,
true.
or is that just starfish?
I don't know. I think definitely true with squid.
Mm.
Why can't
So-
we do that, Galvin? How come we didn't evolve to grow limbs back and nubs back?
Probably because we don't have them cut off a lot.
It's true.
Like, think how many people you've met with one limb
That's right.
or missing a limb,
Missing
rather.
a limb. I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's only very, very occasionally.
So how would we grow? How would we have grown wings? I mean, we could create.
How have we gotten taller?
Be through what we eat. Be through what we eat. We have different
And-
steroids that we're putting in our food, and
But it's also, how did
Like,
giraffes
I
get
guess I'm
longer
just-
necks?
but how do you know they
Out of
didn't always have
necessity.
long necks?
Because they have giraffes.
I've never seen a tiny giraffe neck.
Well, look around.
I never saw a pre-evolved giraffe.
I mean, I
neck.
guess you look at the women in Africa when they stack all the rings around
Yeah,
their neck and
they
they
can grow.
they
Yeah, but giraffes didn't do that.
No, but I'm
Giraffes
saying
weren't
like the
we can't
capability
reach.
of like
We can't reach the branches. Stretch our
modifying-
necks out.
I mean, we could if we lengthened our necks.
Galvin says. The
Look at how
theory-
big women get when they're pregnant.
Yeah,
Like, look at how your body can just expand and grow, and then
and go back to its
and-
normal form.
Yeah.
So this is how it is. It's natural selection. So the ones that could reach, that had slightly longer necks, lived longer. They breeded longer necks,
Which
as
I
it goes.
get that,
Okay.
but that's not evolution. That is
Natural
natural
selection.
selection. That's a different story. That's
Okay, well, natural selection.
Natural selection weeded out the weak ones.
Yeah, but I think that would happen. I think that would happen. That we
Yeah.
would be able to eventually be able to fly. We'd be eventually be
I
able
don't
to
think
do
there's
things.
been any proof that we have evolved out of necessity. I could be wrong. I just can't think of anything like to say like I don't know, like we have evolved over time out of necessity.
But we've created things out of
that's
necessity.
different.
Right,
That's
right.
but that's different. That's not evolution. That's creating. Like that's I get it. I just feel like if we didn't have airplanes, we wouldn't all of a sudden one day feather pop out the back.
Not one day.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I
it's
know.
over time.
we'd have to create. I think we'd have to create it.
Right. That is
Yeah.
the way that we evolve through creativity, through science,
Yes.
and that kind of stuff. But
Be cool. I would love to fly.
I say that, but I won't even go on roller coasters. So
I dream.
you want to know what
lot.
a huge pussy I am?
Yeah.
I'm going to Universal this weekend, and the Hagrid. Have you been on that? The Hagrid roller coaster
No.
ride? I had to get on and watch a YouTube video of it from 3 different angles before I decided whether or not I was going to go on it.
It definitely changes as you get older. The
No, I've always been a huge pussy. Yeah. And
like I love roller coasters. But I don't like fair festival where they take them
You're
down
just
and build them back
You're
up.
afraid of the operation of it. You're afraid of the
Right. Like
the
we went to
sturdiness.
Cedar Point a few years. Like we used to go all the time when we were up in Ohio. But we would go. We went a couple years ago, and like I'll ride
Really?
all day long.
You just don't want the Joe Dirt.
Right.
Yeah,
roller
I don't.
coaster.
I don't want to see you putting it together
Bolts
You
like
don't wanna-
Legos. And
You
then,
don't want to test the structural integrity.
nah,
of-
I'm good. If I know that it's there and it's withstood.
A bunch of guys who can't brush their teeth properly. You don't
Yeah,
want them
yeah.
putting together.
or who are doing meth.
Doesn't
while
make
you're
me
at it.
feel very safe.
Yeah.
So
Oh my! Speaking of meth, I saw a video the other day of an officer that stopped a person and they had meth on him, and they checked it and it was meth and all this stuff, and it's all on body cam. And then later on, they get this officer is in the bathroom passed out because he did the meth.
oh my god,
And it had whatchamacallit in it,
Fentanyl?
fentanyl in it, and they had to use like a bunch of Narcan on him. Yeah,
Oh,
how
yeah.
crazy is that?
who
That
just
is-
takes?
That's why I
I
don't.
busted this guy with some sweet,
Like-
sweet meth. Can't wait to do it
Yeah.
myself.
That's why I don't do any drugs because I'm afraid I'd like it too much.
Mm.
Oh, see, I'm afraid I'll die.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like
That too.
I took
Not that I'm gonna have a great high and feel amazing. I'm like, oh yeah, the time that I take it and try it, I'll
Mm.
die.
I am would definitely get addicted to pills like oxys and that kind of stuff because every once in a while I'll take a prescribed pain medication for my back. Like if we go like tomorrow,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the park. I will probably have one on me, and sometime in the middle of the day I'll take it because my back will start to get tight and it'll hurt.
Yeah.
And I feel so good from taking that medication that I want to like the minute it starts to wear off, I want to take another one. And I want to do it the next day for no reason. And
Sure.
that's why I know I could never, anytime I get a prescription, I don't even usually try not to take one
Yeah.
because once I start taking them, I know I'm going to like them. And if you take them while you're drinking, woo,
Oh,
not
yeah.
that,
Do you
not
remember-
the oxys, the Percocet. Yeah.
You remember Darvocets?
I don't,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what they are, but I never took them.
I think they outlawed them because they were so awesome.
Yeah.
Like they were like the perfect amount of like, take care of your back pain and make you feel like you drank a 6-pack of beer without, the bloatedness and all that. So
Right.
people are getting addicted to them so fast. I had a surgery like 2010 for like my finger, and they gave me like oxycodone mixed with something else, and I would pop those for back pain once in a while. And then somebody told me take 2 of them. So I was working in a
Oh,
poker room.
no.
Yikes.
Yeah, I was working in a poker room, and I popped it like right before I went out and started dealing poker, and all of a sudden, like I couldn't talk in the middle of a table. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I they have a thing in poker called a code 1. Like if you got to use the bathroom real bad, you hold up your finger, and a manager would get somebody to tap you out that's not working. So I hold up my finger because I can't talk. Dealer comes over, taps me. I go to the bathroom, and in my head, I'm like, I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm freaking out. I'm splashing water in my face, and like 2 minutes goes by. I go back out to the table. There's a whole different dealer at the table. I go, where'd Brian go? And they're like, you've been in the bathroom for an hour and a half.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I haven't popped a pill like that's not prescribed for
Right.
me for a certain reason, and I'll never do another like painkiller, never
Yeah.
again.
Time traveler.
Johnny's out there dealing poker, and he's like giving one guy 7 cards, the other guy 9. And he's like, "You go fish."
fish.
I think you're done today, Johnny. I think
It was horrible, dude. Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, that's how you see how people get messed up
Yeah.
because as soon as you start doing it, and they start going
Yeah.
good. You're like,
It's funny because I've had stuff where they said we're going to give you whatever Oxycontin or this and that, and I go, no thanks, I don't want it. And they're like, no, just we'll give you the thing, and I go, I'm not going to fill it. I don't want it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either when I had Everly because I had a C-section and they give you all the medicine, and I think I might have taken whatever they gave me while I was in the hospital, and then when I went home, I just took Tylenol.
yeah.
I will tell you though, when I had kidney stones, they gave me morphine. I said, yes.
More of that.
I don't care
Yeah.
if there's a 50-50 chance of this being fentanyl, give it to me because this
That's
is the
the best.
worst pain
Yeah.
in the world. Yeah.
And it's in my wiener.
But literally,
Yeah.
like
Ugh.
they, once they assess you and they go, okay, it is, we're pretty sure it's kidney stones, whatever. And then they put the morphine drip on you and stuff. It's
Gone.
unbelievable
Gone
how
immediately.
fast
Relief.
the pain dissipates.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So I
Did
get
you
it.
watch that video of the girl singing while she gets the anesthesia?
Oh no,
I'll
I
tell you
haven't
what
seen
you
it.
want. What you really
Yeah. Yeah.
shut it down.
But
Eyes
it's
wide
like
open.
you're sweating, you're tensed up so much. Like your stomach muscles, everything's tensed up, and it hurts so bad, and it feels like there's an orangutan has you in a headlock and is just stabbing you in the back with a
Stab it.
screwdriver, and then it like that
Ding.
is gone,
Done.
and you're just like, oh my god.
I had
That's
one.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
I had one twice, but both times I went through a moderate amount of the pain that Galvin's talking about, and then I think I passed them both with no problem. Whereas Galvin had to have him go. Well, would you had to wait till you pass it, or did they take it out?
No. They had to go in and do
Go
surgery.
get it.
They had to
Yeah,
actually remove it because it was so large. So yours are probably smaller ones
Yeah.
because you people get them and pass them and don't even realize because as long as it's small enough to go through the tract and not have a problem. But mine was that they did an X-ray and they said it's 16 millimeters. What we can see of it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah. So
You're like when they show one of those asteroids and go, "This is going to miss Earth by
Right.
8,000 miles."
Yeah.
What? So where do they cut?
No, they go. That's when they went in.
Oh, so
Right
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah. There was
In-
they went
in the
extracted
front?
it.
Yeah, they go
Oof.
in the front. They broke it up, go in the front, pull it out, and then put a
No.
stint in there
Okay.
to open it so that the rest of it can go through and stuff. No. Worst part is they take it out while you're awake.
Mm.
The stint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts.
They went in with basically
Yeah.
this size cord, like a mouse
That
cord.
makes me want to cry right now.
Went
for
in
you.
and went zoop. But it was the weird.
You don't have the parts. I want to
Yeah.
cry for him.
We still listen.
Listen, you guys are much more accommodating.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
need to put
Yeah.
people through there.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's not what I mean. It's not that
kinda is
big
what it was made
anyway.
for.
I mean, it has to stretch also.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do that.
Well,
Right.
But-
this is
did you have a C-section?
yeah.
this is from women who have had kidney stones. They say kidney stone worse
worse.
than birth.
Yeah.
More
Listen,
pain.
I wasn't trying to be a hero. Well, I mean, mine was emergency C-section, but I was like, I want the epidural. Like, I went through a couple contractions because I was like, let me feel it. Let me experience it.
Right.
And I said,
Nope.
I'm good.
Do you know that
Go
my
ahead.
wife did a tub birth?
I don't know
No.
why. I don't know why people would.
I don't know why either. And there wasn't many
I mean-
places. There was a hospital over in Dunedin that
That's
used to do it,
amazing.
and that was the only one. And she did it there, but like the places don't do it anymore.
What is the benefit of
I
that?
have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no
I didn't
idea.
know. I mean, I'm
I
sure
wasn't
there's a
involved.
reason.
I believe if I was involved, I would have been like, "Hey, hippie," you know.
Yeah, but, I mean, so many people like the at home, the water births,
Mm.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know whether she read something and there was something that she thought was a benefit or whatever, but
Yeah,
you know,
my
you know,
my
you know.
my wife of the pain, the feeling of delivering a child. She was
Yeah.
like, "Get it out."
I was like, I'll try it if that's
Yeah.
what works. I said, but whatever you need to do to keep me and this child alive.
You see the size of my kids. Imagine them coming through.
I thought my baby was going to be like 12 pounds from the size of me,
Yeah.
and she was not. She was like 6 pounds 9 ounces.
Could you imagine back in the day trying to just a dirty table and they're like, "Here, bite this leather strap," you know? It's like, get out of
Take
here.
a
Oh.
shot of
Whiskey on it.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's so.
I remember
funny.
when my son was born, my first wife was just mumbling the whole time, like, "Please be white, please be white." Please be white."
Oh, did I hate your first wife?
Oh.
Actually, I should take that back. I don't hate her. I hated her husband. The
Oh
one-
yeah, that guy.
That
yeah,
guy.
well,
She was
one of
married
them.
when you married her?
No,
I met
no.
her after they had been divorced and she
Oh, okay.
remarried or was dating.
Got it.
So he comes up to me and he goes, "We're at O'Brien's in Brandon one time," and he comes up to me and he goes, "So," he puts his arm up on a counter and he goes, "I'm a longtime MJ listener.
Ugh.
Explain
boy.
to me why I should listen to your show."
Oh,
Okay.
sell yourself.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I go, "Nope. You seem like a typical MJ listener.
Yeah.
Stick with it, buddy. Stick with
Yeah.
it." Yeah. I was like,
You shouldn't listen
we don't
to
need
me.
you in our club.
Yeah,
Our
we're-
club is closed and we're not accepting new members right now.
You're my crotchety impression. You want to hear it?
Listen, there's an audience for that and people who enjoy that. I don't think they're the same as our audience. So that's just how it goes. Anyway, all right, 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to do today. We got a brand new open letter coming up in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yes.
But first, we have stuff to give away. JoJo's last chance at winning prizes for everybody is coming up next. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll dive into Sporcle. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You were playing a little Cracker there, which is one of the songs that was just like so overplayed. Whenever that song came out, they played it so
Agreed.
much, whatever. But we had them play. I used to book bands at a club, and we had them play there, and we did like a meet and greet thing, and the radio people were there, and I worked at the radio at the same time. And Allie, who is one of my friends who was on radio, we were talking to the band and stuff. And then they're like, "All right, let's go. We're going to get out there and stuff." And Allie says to the girl that was there, she goes, "You going to head out too?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm the bass player." And it was just so like, "Oh, you didn't
Wow.
know."
Bass player is so easy to let girls do it.
Yep, that's right.
Speaking of bass players,
Yeah.
on Friday, our band Pitbull Toddler is going to be at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach, go on between 9 and 10 o'clock. And I feel like it's important to remind you of that because it's the last time we're going to tell you. Tomorrow and Friday are on Best Of because we're off for spring break.
Right.
But Friday night, I am coming back so that we can play at the Daiquiri Shack.
I got to tell you, from all accounts, it's going to be packed out there. It's going to be a party. A lot of people coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So-
spring break. You're
Spring
gonna have
break,
so many young chicks out
Oh,
there.
man.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at these old rockers.
Joe,
Yes.
you'll be happy to know
Huh?
that John Senning told me that he's coming down
Oh, good.
and that that's not the part you're happy about.
Oh,
I said, "Oh, cool. Are you coming by?" He goes, "Yeah, we're going down to the beach to watch the sunset,
Ah.
and then we're gonna get some food, and then we're gonna." I went, "Joe's a fan of sunsets.
Yeah.
I'm a
maybe you
big
guys
fan.
could double date on this.
They're free.
That would be great. They are free. Yeah.
So I have to tell you, I am a person who enjoys nature. I loved seeing those dolphins swimming around the capsule yesterday. Like I like those sort of things. I'm not too cool to say I like some. Sunsets don't do it for me.
No,
Well,
No. It's like you stand out there on the beach getting bit by sand fleas and
yeah,
Yeah,
but
you-
you have a mimosa, Michael, and
Yeah.
everything feels better.
no, I just
know?
it's like I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't I'm a sunrise more kind of guy, I think.
Kind of the same thing.
Maybe. But sunrise like you're starting the day.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Here comes the sun.
Do, 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 do,
do. Here comes the sun.
I used to play that
And
forever,
I'm
every
gay.
morning.
Oh,
That song.
What I was trying to think of, do you know the only song that would stop my son from crying when he was little was "You Are My Sunshine"?
Oh,
And in the middle of a crying fit, my wife could be like, "You are my," and he go, "Hey, what?" And he just stop. Isn't that weird?
I love the ones when it's like Snoop Dogg, like somebody will put on a Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
song, and then
Yeah.
the kids just immediately
Oh,
stop
Joey
crying.
used to do that when he was probably about 3. He used to do that with Chris Jericho's band, Fozzy. I could put the Chris Jericho, he'd just start rocking out no matter how mad he was. It was great.
Love that.
All right, it is time for us to give some stuff away with a little bit of Sporcle. We've got JoJo playing, got Galvin playing, and myself. And if JoJo wins, everybody on the line wins.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how confident we are that JoJo is not going to beat us. Let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Mother of God, that's Johnny B is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Galvin, I, and JoJo are playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to play.
All right, Johnny, what are we playing today?
Today we are playing ends in AI. I'm sorry, in I. My bad. I had to do it like Carmen one time. Ends in AI.
Nope.
No.
Ends in I.
I'm sorry, ends in
And
I,
I.
and it's alphabetical. I'm sorry. So the letter before I is going to be A, and then it's going to be alphabetical
Okay.
from there
Oh.
on.
Gotcha.
Confused.
The
We-
letter directly before I, or the
Yes.
word will start. Okay.
Directly
Aye, aye, aye.
preceding, or preceded by each letter of the alphabet. Yeah. So,
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, the
we got
last
it.
letter I,
Yeah,
right
very good.
before it, alphabetical.
All right.
Got it?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm glad I figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1. City with the world's tallest
Dubai.
built. That is JoJo.
Ooh.
Starting
All
off
right.
strong.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Disney's Deer.
Bambi.
JoJo.
Oh, man.
Did you email
We're
these
gonna
to
run
JoJo?
out of
I
prizes.
swear I did not.
Meanwhile, I was like, the first one is acai. The second one is alibi.
I totally thought acai as well.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right.
What letter is this?
C.
C.
Mathematician known for 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Fibonacci.
Oh,
Galvin.
What is it?
Fibonacci.
I don't know how you knew that.
Who is
Yeah.
that guy?
I don't know.
It's the
I love that pasta.
there's a certain number that is like the what is it, the magic number or something like that, and it's like 792, and you see it. You can basically explain everything with this theory.
Also, I love that pasta. It was a good one.
Okay. Composer of
Vivaldi.
No.
Ah!
Composer of Ida and Rigoletto.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Verdi.
Verdi, the other V.
Capital city of Taiwan.
Oh my god.
Capital city of Taiwan. Did you say May?
MEI.
Taipei.
Mike Calta.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, threw it out there.
Yeah.
Threw it out
All
there.
right.
Johnny, can you do us a favor? Give us the letter before the
Yeah.
I. Before
Oh,
you,
sure.
Yeah, thank you.
My bad. All right. This is going to be F. Genre of Ray Bradbury.
Sci-fi.
and Mike Calta.
Oh,
Here I come, JoJo. Here I come.
I gotta step it up.
Now for G. Jellystones.
Yogi. Bear.
Is that Galvin?
No.
No, that was Mike.
Mike? Okay, now for H. Site of Apollo's Oracle.
Oh, hi.
No.
H.
Site for Apollo's Oracle.
I don't know.
That is
Delphi?
Delphi, yes.
Ah.
Yes. All right, on to F.
Don't ask
No.
me.
I'm sorry. I'm
Whoa,
sorry.
whoa.
On to I. There we
Yeah.
go. City at the foot of Mount Vesuvius.
Versailles.
Yeah, that.
Pompeii.
Pompeii.
Ah, damn it.
Good God, I knew that.
Mike Calta.
I had to give the clue and the answer. I should
did.
get 2 points.
All right, now for J. Oceanic Island Nation.
Fiji.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Darn it.
Galvin.
You were doing so good.
I
JoJo.
know. I know.
All right, now for K. 19.
What did you say?
Saki.
You're out. You're
I'm
out.
gonna beat him.
1952 Summer Olympic host.
52.
Ho Chi.
This is for K. 1952 Summer Olympics host.
I don't know.
That would be Helsinki, Finland.
All right.
Alrighty, now for L. Official language of Kenya and Tanzania.
Swahili.
Ooh,
Well, you
JoJo.
had me at the SWA. I swat and you scared me. I went SWAT and you scared me.
Now for M. Japanese paper folding.
Origami.
Galvin.
That's good.
We are halfway through, Pap.
Oh, my heart.
Galvin and JoJo are both tied with 3 points on the board.
Ooh, same.
And Mike Calta is your leader by 1. He's winning with 4.
Tight.
Enjoy it now, JoJo. It's going to be different.
Listen, again, I got one more than yesterday.
No, you had 3 yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still stink.
Okay.
Yep. All right, here we go.
All right, this is for N. Legendary magician.
Houdini.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe.
I
Yeah,
was
that-
go-
Copperfield.
I was doing the same thing. I'm
Going
like
through all
Doug
of
Henning,
them.
Copperfield, Blaine. Okay.
I was Galvin. Now for O. The masses from the Greek phrase.
The masses from the Greek phrase.
Somebody please get this so I don't have to pronounce it.
Malloy.
I don't know.
God damn it. Hoi polloi.
Hoi polloi. Huh? Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. It looks like a safety for the Steelers. All right. We're on P now. Home to Biloxi and Tupelo.
Mississippi.
That's Mike Calta. And now for Q. Capital of Xinjiang.
Would it be Aachen?
So close.
Uh,
I mean, it might be. For
don't
Q, capital of Shanghai. All right, the answer is Urumqi.
yeah.
Sure.
I'll take your word for it.
I feel like I'm on pills again. All right. T, maker of the Testarossa or California.
Oh.
Bugatti.
It is Ferrari.
Oh.
Well, how is it T?
Oh my God, my bad, dude. It's R.
Sorry.
Oh.
Damn it.
All these things working against me.
But you
All
got
right.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jerk.
All right, it is definitely S. Coke rival.
Pepsi.
JoJo. Now we're on T. Tanzania National Park, Wildlife Reserve.
No idea.
Tatati.
You're going to be mad. Serengeti.
Duh.
We don't
All
like
right.
we don't like multisyllabic words.
I gotcha. All right, we're on you now. Island, Southeast.
Maui.
Mike Calta. Now V. Sitarist Shankar.
Ravi.
Mike Calta. Now we're on W. Nickname for a New Zealander.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
JoJo. Now we're on X. Soccer announcer and former U.S. star Lalas.
Alexi.
Mike Calta. And now we're actually on the last two, Pap.
Oh.
Okay. Galvin has 4 points on the board. JoJo has 5. And Mike Calta is your leader. He is winning with 9.
Oh. Shoot.
Good luck, guys. You are saying shoot. I
Yes,
like,
yes.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
stop saying
Sounds a little bit
Yep,
like
yep.
the other word.
rats.
I caressed the dump button, but I didn't.
Yeah, no.
Oh, rats.
All right, we are on Y. To let one know for short.
No.
Oh,
To let one. Say it again.
To let one know for short.
Oh, short.
Ye.
It is FYI.
Oh.
And last Z is celebrity photographers.
Paparazzi. Oh, it's hard.
Okay.
You didn't beat me. You didn't
He
beat
would
me.
have never been able to live with himself.
Pap.
Your final score, Galvin and JoJo tied with 5 points, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 9.
yes. Thank you. Rather impressive victory, if I do say so myself. Let me grab a line. Good morning. Who is this?
Hi, it's Roberto.
How you doing, Roberto? Hola, senor.
Good, man. Hola, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to put you on hold. Johnny B will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, buddy?
That's awesome. Thank you very much, man.
Thank
Have a
you,
great day.
Roberto. Appreciate it. Enjoy your time. Well, JoJo, I am the current rule holder. Therefore,
Whoa. That was 3 in a row?
no, I have already had the rule.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't. No, I haven't won.
You didn't win yesterday?
No.
You won yesterday.
Yeah, Galvin won yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you win Monday?
No.
No, he.
Yes, you did.
Mike won
you
Monday.
Oh. Maybe I forgot to do the rule. But I didn't forget today.
Uh-oh.
You must congratulate me in the style of a drunken Mr. Miyagi. That is the. You can kill that music, John.
Do you
so
want
everybody
to
can
go
hear.
first?
Sorry.
No, I think we do it at the same time, but neither one of us know it. So
No, you don't have to sing it. You could just
Oh.
thank me in the style of it. You could praise me in the style of a drunk Mr. Miyagi. Oh, you are doing so
Oh,
good.
such a massa. You
Yeah.
did so good today.
Oh, canceled.
You are amazing.
Canceled.
Keep
Oh,
going.
I bow down to you.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, all right.
Mike Calta score here. Galvin score here. JoJo score here. Mike Calta winner.
Champion. The champion. Very good. Very good. All right, Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, is it a hack?
Is it?
Good company for bad company. And did you miss us? We're back.
Oh, okay. I also have my new favorite TV show that I want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of other
You
things.
gonna spoil
to
it
get
for
to.
us?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a reality show.
All right.
So you'll enjoy it. We'll take a quick break. Galvin, as your news, we'll do it next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
I sent you something this morning, and it took me 5 minutes to decide whether or not I should send it to you.
No, that's fine.
Did you see it?
I've seen it before, but yeah. It's Tyson, just unbelievable.
Right, that's the thing. So I said, even if he's seen this before, we'll be able to discuss it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm sending it.
Which makes me think of, did you see what I sent you the other morning and I forgot to talk about it?
I don't remember.
Fatty.
No.
Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was on Jimmy Fallon's show, and I thought they were promoting the Macy's Day Parade.
No. She got
I mean,
pumped in.
it was unbelievable.
Had a baby.
Carmen, did you
years
eat
ago.
4 babies?
Yeah, but the kid's like 6.
No, it was only like
She gave
one.
birth to a 6-year-old. No, didn't she have more than one baby? Or she only has one.
I thought she
one.
only had one. Yeah.
She had a baby, and she's comfortably married, and she's a millionaire. So yeah,
And her husband is a chef.
right?
Okay. All great things. That's why she's so fat.
Yes.
There you go. All right.
There's certain things that don't go together very well. The husband being a chef is going to equal a fat wife. Why doesn't my wife being a fat therapist make a skinny husband? That didn't work out very well. But you see it in Spanish, I just saw your face.
Dude, they have one photo in particular of her on YouTube, and it looks fake.
But also explains why you haven't seen her.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she's
Like-
probably ballooned up.
She
and
looks
she's-
like a chipmunk. Yeah.
Let me see,
I
Galvin.
thought. I mean,
Is this real, this one?
yeah.
I don't think she looks so bad in the one that Galvin has.
Are you kidding me? She
Let me
looks
see
like
again.
she's Jerry Lewis on President Known or whatever it is.
Like I have the one that where she's sitting next to Jimmy Fallon in a black dress. Like she looks like she's always looked big.
Yeah, like
no.
I found the picture of her and I where she was very, very skinny. But I mean, that she looks like a woman who had a kid. I don't think she looks that bad.
She looks like a woman that had a kid that got stung by a bunch of bees.
Yeah, she doesn't look like fat. It's just in her face.
Yeah. Maybe
But
she's
she's
on,
always had chub face.
But it's like
even
really.
right. But I'm saying like even if you, like look at the skinny picture with Mike or like you know the younger pic whatever you want to call it the other picture with Mike. Like she even has like big cheeks in that picture.
Yeah,
Well,
you can
she's
look at her
always
face.
had that face.
She's
They
got
got bigger.
potential.
They got bigger.
She pulled the ripcord.
Interesting.
Did.
Yeah.
If her face was a girl's ass, they'd be happy that their ass was so fat.
Maybe she's got too much Botox.
No, that's not how the Botox.
Was she drinking it? Or mixing it with pancake batter?
There's definitely a lot of peanut butter in her future.
Wow, you guys are brutal. Does anybody on this show know who Recno is?
Recno.
What'd you call me?
Recno. WRECKNO. Joe, can you find that?
Recno.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like I saw a
You better have
picture.
Fast Eddie looking it up.
Yeah.
I thought you would like Recno.
Well, I don't even know what is it.
Last night I got an email from the Ritz and Ybor that said coming soon to the Ybor Recno with a picture of Recno. And Recno is an overweight white guy, but was wearing a kind of like fishnet shirt with bat wings.
Yeah, I don't like overweight white guys.
I know, but he looked like he could play guitar in a band that you would go see. Like he looked like he was in Dio's band. And then I clicked on it, and he's like, "Hi everybody, it's Rick. Now I'm coming to the Ritz and Ybor." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I thought, how have I never heard of this ever? A fat winged guy.
Oh, he's got a beard and he's wearing makeup and dresses and
Well,
stuff.
that's not what I
Drag,
saw.
yeah.
I just saw he was wearing bat wings. No, that's not what I saw.
Well, that's Recno.
Yeah, no, I know it is.
Gross.
I'm just saying.
You thought I'd like that.
No,
I
hold
still
on.
think you'd like it.
Let me show you what I saw.
Maybe if he shaved his beard, you'd like him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here, that's what I saw.
Yeah, still.
Oh, come on.
wearing
This
a
looks right up your alley.
skirt.
You have no idea.
Yeah, this looks like you would go see this band on a Monday night,
If you
and
showed,
this guy would
if you
spit blood.
showed, if you
Definitely.
showed me that, I'd
Definitely.
go, no, I'm out.
No, I think
Fat guy with wings?
Yes,
No.
it's like Dio.
I'd
but
rather
different.
go. I'd rather go eat chicken wings with a fat guy.
That could be arranged.
He kind of looks like Spanish.
Oh my God, he does.
I
He
can't-
does look like me.
You mean this
Look.
guy in the pink dress with the DeLorean,
yeah,
Galvin? That's
right.
Look at that. That's what I saw.
not. You thought Galvin would see
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Dude, that looks just like somebody Galvin would go see in a band.
Not in a million years.
You would see Dio, and Dio wears like rabbit fur and all that other stuff. And
Do you know that I'm not going to music places for their fashion show? I'm
think
going.
you are.
Dio
I
has one of the
disagree.
greatest voices in rock.
Recno doesn't. And then I found out Recno doesn't even sing. I think Recno's a DJ.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just found out he's gay and he's trying to fly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I could be wrong.
he looks like somebody pushed him down in Hot Topic and he put everything on.
Got up wearing everything.
So do you want to go see him when he's at
I
the
gotta
Ritz
tell
or
you.
no?
So Recno.
Yeah,
No.
your opinion of me really is not good.
Well, yeah.
He gives
He
me-
was making up
when
for
he
the
feels
loss.
like
Zero
he's wrong,
integrity then.
When he
That's
feels
not
like
true
he's
at all.
wrong, he matches it. He'll swap it
That's
around.
not true.
So you say that the one that he
Oh.
gave you was me?
This show has no integrity.
I
have integrity.
All right, wait a minute.
This-
have to have integrity.
this
I have
show-
integrity.
No, I
this show
gave
is
you
a farce.
I
We
gave
are
you the
full
point
of
you
integrity.
deserved
No
early in the
way.
game. I did give you the point you deserved early in the
That's
game.
fine, but no, this shows no integrity.
I would say I have
You
integrity.
have no
No,
integrity. I have
100%. Nobody. This is a room full of cheaters.
Can you hearing this,
I
Michael?
wouldn't say
You
cheater.
hearing this?
Totally.
This show is integrity.
No
Okay.
No way.
I
100%.
have
Let's vote on
literally
it.
lost the game for integrity, where it was
yeah.
tied up, and I was like, "Hey, listen, no, that wasn't me.
That was my fault.
No,
Sorry,
there's-
Can I
Gavin.
sum it up with a quote from the great Mike Martin when I say
Listen, this show is not integrity. It's
don't
You're
even
not integrity.
demonstrated a million
Everyone
times.
else is integrity. You're not
No,
integrity.
it's a
I agree with
farce.
Carmen.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner? What are we doing for Valentine's Day?
Kissing.
I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? What do you got a new girlfriend now?
No, I don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't have a girlfriend.
You have a girl that you've
We're
made
dating.
sweet love to repeatedly.
Yeah, we have made.
Are you
we've
gonna get
made
her a
some-
present?
No,
No, nothing.
No. I'm gonna get her a sunset.
She's so cute. I would buy her a
Don't steal
present.
my thunder.
I already stolen, Doc.
I mean, you could get her something. You
By the
could
way,
get
the
her
thunder
something.
isn't yours either.
No.
Yeah, no, Thunder's more expensive. You could get her something just like candies or chocolates and stuff. And so you'd be like, hey,
Something
I know
little.
we just started dating, but it's Valentine's. And I wanted to get you something nice.
You were asking me about rings earlier.
No, she already gave away what she wants for Valentine's Day when I was talking to her about what she's done in the
Did you tell her
past.
I'm married?
I did not. No. But I'm gonna write her like a note, like a letter. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what she wants. That's what she wants. That's what she wants.
Sunset's better than that.
Yeah. Oh, stop it over
You've
there.
got to be kidding me. Listen to me. If you think you're going to write her a letter and you're not going to let us read it, you're out of your mind.
I'll write 2 letters. One that you guys can read, and then one that she gets.
Oh, Mariah, you set me on fire.
Fire.
My ex was a liar. Her boyfriend couldn't get any higher.
That was pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I might steal that. Roses are red, violets are blue. What's up with that booty? Popping it too. See?
I like mine better.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah.
Dating you has been really neat. I started off lost in St. Pete's.
Running around with bare feet.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
It writes itself.
I mean,
All right, can I steal these and give her each?
I have Graves' disease and real bad hair. That's it. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, what? That was just an insult.
You got a cute ass and a nice pair.
I used to have a girlfriend named Karishma. Me and Mike used to go to hunt. She turned out to be.
No.
Yeah, that's a good line. That's a good start.
That's a good line. I like it. Yeah. So yeah. I've already got we've already gone to like markets and stuff. So I've got her like little trinkets already. So it's not like she needs.
You already got her trinkets? What did you
stuff
buy
like she
her?
wants. Not just whatever she wants.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You sound like more of a girlfriend than me. Buy,
Yeah, I mean-
buy whatever trinket you want.
We're definitely dating. I mean, we're definitely dating. I don't have any interest.
Exclusive?
Is she
Are
dating
you
other
dating?
people?
Yeah.
What's that?
Is she dating other people?
I don't know. I would assume no, but you know.
Why would you assume no?
Oh, maybe that would be something nice for Valentine's. I would like to be exclusive.
I don't
No, go the
Oh.
other way. I like to have my friend Mike over and we have a threesome.
wait.
I just want to. I just want to take it. I'm very good at taking it the pace that we're at right now. But you know.
Queer.
Yeah. I mean, and plus, like, I don't. Whatever she's doing, she's her own person. We're not exclusive.
Dude, you're the
So
worst.
why? How?
So there's so much double talking going on. It's
How's
just
there double
I mean,
talking?
I would love for her to be my girlfriend.
I
but whatever
never
she's
said
gonna
that.
do, you don't have to say it.
You're putting you do.
Raise your hand if you feel like Spanish wants a girlfriend.
So nobody raised their hand. Thank
Everybody.
you. Thank you. No,
Everybody in
not
the room.
one person raised.
I know
Nobody's
everyone
waving it.
I did.
Yeah.
No, Karen. No, nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. It
Everybody
went
saw
to
it.
the void.
We know nobody can see it because we're not in.
Maybe change the votes to I from now on.
No. I like that's the way we did it.
All those in favor say aye.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Hate Spanish.
So what? So you're just gonna roll up on Valentine's Day and just not have anything?
No, so we
that
are
the note?
we already
Besides the
we
note.
already did something because she's got some stuff going on that whole weekend.
Here we go.
Another boyfriend.
Here we go.
I'm still gonna be with her, but she's not
Don't
gonna be
still.
like.
Oh, what? She's got her period.
No. She's not gonna be able to like go out or do anything for a couple days. So
House arrest.
Ankle bracelet.
no.
Medical issues.
Stuff. I'm not gonna say.
Well, I mean, is
I'm
that,
not gonna say.
Is there a full moon? Is she a werewolf?
she's pregnant?
Don't howl. I know you were gonna do it.
Spanish. I love this note.
771-1025 are the phone numbers. I'll grab those calls as they come in. Friday night, Pitbull Toddler at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach. Tomorrow and Friday, you'll enjoy a best of. I don't know what Carmen has prepared, but I'm sure it is good. Old stuff that you haven't heard in a long time. I was trying to think yesterday about some of the people that we've had on the show that I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah. There's time. I mean, you do it all the time where you're like, have we had this person?
Yeah.
I'll be like, yes, nope, never. Or this one, nope, yep, we definitely had that.
I was thinking about we had Rogan on a couple of times to talk UFC. We had
Rogan. I clearly remember the one time Rogan said, "Hey, look for
I know
this
you're gonna say.
new heavyweight,
Yep.
Cain Velasquez,"
Yep.
and that was before he ever fought in the UFC. And we're
Yep.
like, "Okay, cool." And then obviously he became champ, and then
we talked to him after
shot
that.
at
We
the
were
other
like,
guy.
"You're right, Joe. You brought it up, but last time we talked to you, and he came out strong." Who else was I thinking about? Like people that really blew up. We've had Dana on a bunch of times. I don't know. It's been a lot over the years.
oh, we had Kevin Hart. Remember, I had Kevin Hart
in
on
studio
before he was anybody.
and then you had to convince me to put him on.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yep. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Galvin, let me see what these phone calls want. I feel like they're going to be good. Mike
You
Calta
do.
Show, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good, what's up?
No, I was listening the other day. Unfortunately, I had to get out of the car. Did you put the final answer on the Yosemite Sam?
No, I mean, according to Yosemite Sam never said tarnation, but everybody says he did. But
he did in a commercial.
Commercial, yeah.
That
was it.
So the thing that I remember as a kid is growing up, I was a big fan of Full House, and Joey Gladstone or Dave Coulier used to say it all the time, and he said Yosemite Sam said it.
So basically, blame Joey from Full House is what you're saying.
Exactly.
I'm on it. Thank you. I'll never watch it again.
Mhm.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. I know you're there.
You were right.
All right.
These are good.
All
It's
right,
so
well,
weird that people don't answer because it literally dings to
Well,
let you know that you've picked up the lie.
Here's the problem I have is that line one, which was not the guy I talked to, it was line two. Line one had been holding since Sporcle was over. And I feel bad. We're about to go into an hour's worth of news with Galvin. If that person had something they wanted to know or something they wanted to get
Sure.
across, I don't want to make them wait for an hour. And I was like, let me see. Maybe they got something to add to the show. I have been over on these.
Ugh.
I mean, these phone calls have really, I mean, I know there's an intelligent audience out there, but I'm getting the people who can't even say hello when I answer the phone.
Yeah,
Come on
it's
now.
pretty wild.
Galvin, what do we have in news?
Today's top story: 2 astronauts who spent more than 9 months in orbit after a bungled Boeing test flight have finally said goodbye to their orbiting home. Butch Wilmore and is it Suni Williams or Sonny Williams? Sonny Williams unlocked the International Space Station where they've been since last spring and boarded a SpaceX capsule alongside 2 other astronauts. SpaceX capsule parachuted
I don't like the
down.
way you say that word.
What?
Capsule.
Capsule.
Capsule. How do you say it?
Capsule.
Capsule.
Okay.
Capsule.
I mean, I don't know.
The SpaceX capsule.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's
The
just
SpaceX capsule parachuted down into the Gulf of Mexico just before 6 p.m. Let me know if there's any other words you don't like. On Tuesday. On behalf of SpaceX, welcome home, radioed SpaceX Mission Control in California. What a ride, Nick replied. I see a capsule full of grins ear to ear. Yeah, I'd be very happy to be coming home.
They don't seem phased by it at all.
They're astronauts.
They're not like I've watched a lot of astronauts do commentary on this, and they say, look, when you go into space, you're going in with a mission knowing it may be much longer or much shorter when you go up there. So they're prepared for it. There's nothing that I've been prepared for where you said, hey, we're doing it for 9 days and then you're going to do it for 9 months.
Yeah, but you're also not training for it.
No, nothing. I mean, like if you said to me, you're going to Publix and they said, well, you're going to be in Publix for 3 days.
You might plan for 30 days. Something could go wrong. You get locked in. Okay, so 30 days, but like 9 months is a long time.
You've missed holidays. You missed the election. You missed everything.
But you didn't age. Well, you're in space.
I don't know. I'd like to really test that theory. You know,
They look very well rested. They look like.
do you know that
just
they
not
have to
even-
exercise for 2 hours a day? They have to keep their bone density up.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's not all.
And I
fun
would
and
imagine
games.
blood circulation and that type of stuff as
They
well.
got to get on a treadmill and tie themselves in, and then do the.
It's funny how
So
you
wild.
change your stance on things. Like, there's no way I could be up there for that long. And then I was going to go on that cruise. So what if it's out there for an extra month? I'd be totally fine.
Different story. There's no Lido deck on the space
Those
station.
people were eating crackers when they were stuck, Michael.
Yeah, you're
That would have stunk.
yeah,
Well,
That would have stunk.
the cruise ship is not prepared to be out there that long.
Right, but you can bring food out to a cruise ship.
You
So
could, and
it-
there'd be a mutiny, and people would start stabbing
Oof.
each other over pizza.
Yeah, but you know, I would crush the old people.
You see how it is on a normal cruise at the buffet, and that's with plenty of food.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine, there's only a few burgers,
I
and
mean,
you're
I'd
trying to
rather
feed
be
your
on
daughter.
water, land for sure, and stuck. Than
Right.
Up in
Then
space.
up in space, not and the thing about space is the little spaces, like, and having the weightlessness that you have to float everywhere. Like, that's got to be a pain in the ass after a while.
But the interesting thing about that is if you're on land or on water, or whatever, you're like, it's right there. We're so
I
close.
know.
Whenever you're in space, we're like, we're in space. We're so far ahead.
I think if you gave me the option to live on a cruise ship for a year, I can do that. Like, me and my wife go on a
Fully
cruise.
stocked cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's how this thing was. This
Have
thing
you
had
been
plenty
training
of food.
for your entire life for that?
Just saying. This thing had plenty of food on it. It was available for
Right.
them to.
But
you know.
that's the thing, is that they have been training for that. And as odd as it seems to us, if they have been training for that their entire life, not entire lives,
Right.
but most of their lives, it's like training for anything. You have that mindset. You have to have that mindset. This is what I'm going into. These are all the variables. It may happen. So you're not thinking, oh, it's 7 days. And if we're not done in 7 days, I'm going to lose my mind,
I know.
But it's still crazy. It's
I was
absolutely
listening
insane.
to
9 months.
JP yesterday, and they were talking about, because both of them were married, and so what do you do when you're up there for
Right.
it's 30 days?
That's what
it's 60 days.
We've been saying that. I mean,
You got to
look,
at least watch.
they're old too.
I mean,
They're old. They're.
but do you give your wife a pass if she's up there? Do you get a pass if you're up? I mean,
That's the ultimate different area
Yeah.
code.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
True.
no code.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they said we can't get you for 9 months and then just start banging, then the next day they're like, we found a way to get you out.
Oh.
See you tomorrow.
And you're on camera.
Can you?
Could you just go that
no,
long?
my wife would not give me the okay.
Yeah.
And can I go that long without self pleasuring?
Any pleasure? I don't know. I don't know what the quarters are like. That you are
By
they
the
ready
way-
to just open and
By the way, he's 62. She's 59.
Right,
so
they're
it's,
not getting ready to bang.
it's not like they're old,
Not
old.
90.
But
Yeah, look, I'll talk to you when you're 62. See if you want to bang.
I'm 53 and I could put in some time off right now.
Mm.
I told you our big decision on Saturday is whether we should do it or stay up for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, you've never done it in space before, though.
This is true.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I given the opportunity. I mean, that's a lot of Mile High Club.
Yeah.
That's-
Imagine the entire time you were pregnant that you're in space.
you're in space.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
No way.
Space baby.
Space, baby.
Probably be a lot more comfortable though.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
just
true.
floating around.
Floating around. I don't know. I don't have. I just got through telling you I'm too scared to go on roller coasters, let alone go into
Yeah.
space. And I don't. There's something about being in space and looking out and seeing all that. Sure, everybody would love that experience, but I'm not like Katy Perry, where if Jeff Bezos called me tomorrow and said, "I love your radio show, I want to put you in a rocket," I'd be like, "Negativo."
Yeah,
There's
pass.
no way this guy's going in one of your rockets.
Israel launched airstrikes across the Gaza Strip early Tuesday that killed more than 400 Palestinians, local health officials said, shattering a ceasefire in place since January as it vowed to force Hamas to release more hostages and relinquish control of the territory.
Yeah, what happened to if we don't release the hostages? We're releasing the hellfire.
Well, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the strike after Hamas refused Israeli demands to free half of the remaining hostages as a precondition for the extending the ceasefire. Israel's deadliest bombardment of the territory in 17 months killed mostly women and children, they say, according to Gaza Health Ministry. Netanyahu said the attack was, quote, only the beginning, and that Israel would press ahead until it achieves all of its war aims, destroying Hamas, freeing all hostages held by the militant group.
This is a lose-lose for everybody. I mean, this is just, first of all, they shouldn't have the hostages, and second of all, I don't believe that we're mostly killing women and children. I think that's released by the Gaza Ministry of Information there. But I mean, where is the end to this? It's got to end sometimes. It's been going on for so many years and so long, and it's just crazy.
Is there an ending? Is there ever an ending in sight?
You know who wants to take credit for it so bad. Trump wants to be like, I brought peace to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Capsule. I like it. It grew on me. Capsule. Yeah. It seems like
How do you say it?
Capsule.
Yeah, that's
capsule.
Capsule.
It seems like the fancier way to say capsule.
Can you pull it up on the Google Speech?
Yeah, but they all have accents. But here's the one thing. I'll pull it up. But here's the one thing. I think you take a capsule and you fly in a capsule. Let me ask Bailey because she'll know about it anyway. But she has an accent too. So
I don't know that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Good morning, Team Bailey. Galvin on this.
Good morning, Bailey.
Good morning, Mike. I'm doing great, thanks.
Oh.
Got a question for you.
Of course, go ahead.
Is there a difference between the word capsule and capsule?
Yes, there is a difference. Capsule is the correct spelling for a small container, usually used for medicine or supplements. Capsule is not a standard word in English and might be a misspelling of capsule.
Wow.
So when referring to the small container for medicine, capsule is the right term.
Thank you, Bailey.
That's a burn on you.
It's not. I came around. I brought it back up again. I said I got it. I think that I like it better.
You said.
I said capsule.
I don't like the way you're saying
but
that.
Then I changed. Then I was won over. I was won over.
I've always said capsule.
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 You
but
know,
we were wrong.
You know, it's the one that I pronounced wrong for the longest time is now I have to figure out how I said it wrong. I would say coupon.
Coupon.
It is.
You would say coupon.
No, I would say coupon.
Me too.
But it's coupon.
Coupon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coupon.
I used to always say coupon.
I always say, and I still do, but yes, it's coupon.
I try not to.
Like Cuba.
Don't say that.
Capsule.
Coupon.
Capsule.
Capsule.
Yelled at me.
Capsule is right.
Yeah.
We figured that out.
A 44-year-old man right here in Tampa, Florida, named Daniel Morello, was arrested for battery after an argument with a woman turned violent. He reportedly punched a 24-year-old woman in the head. They were traveling together, but the car broke down and they ran out of money, so they'd been living in the vehicle. Where's Carmen and Chad right now? And things were getting tense. The man claims they had been dating for a few months, but the woman denied an intimate relationship with him. When Daniel was arrested, he was wearing a shirt that says, I never argue. Yeah, and he actually looks a little bit like a crazy Chad. Right. Yeah, he looks like a crazy version of Chad because he doesn't have any eyebrows. Yeah.
Do you know how many people I've met in my travels that describe their relationship with a person of the opposite sex as dating when they never actually dated? I used to date that person.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Does she think
weird?
that?
Yeah, right. I've met I've met a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, back in the day we used to date, and I'm like, no, I know that person. No, you didn't.
You see those videos where they're out on the street talking to people that are out at the bars, doing stuff, whatever. And the couple goes walking by, and he goes, "Excuse me, are you two a couple?" And the guy goes, "Yes," and the girl goes, "No," at the same time, and he looks at her like, "Wait a second, we're not."
But dating, could mean in different ways. Like you went out on a couple of dates, or you hooked up a couple of
that's dating.
Yeah,
that's dating. I'm saying somebody who was friendly with somebody and maybe liked them or was interested in them.
Okay.
And then they're like, yeah, I used to date that person.
But they never sealed the deal.
Never sealed the deal.
Never sealed the deal.
Never
and there
broke
was
the seal.
not even a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the girl was like, "Oh, I'm friends with Bob."
Yeah.
Bob's like, "I'm
Bob
dating
thinks she was-
Sheila."
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And we've met a lot of Bobs in our day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it rarely goes the other way.
Or when they went out on 2 or 3 dates and then later they go, oh, that's my ex.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I wonder how long you have to be with somebody before you say the ex. You
I
know,
would think you'd have to be pretty exclusive, regardless if it's a week that you fall madly in love, or if it's 2 months, or I would think it would be the exclusivity of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was with the girl that I say is my ex, but we were never actually really dating. In fact, I think we both also had boyfriends and girlfriends on the side. You know what I mean? Like we were kind of just, but it was months. You know what I mean? It was months that we were together.
Like friends with benefits?
No, like we were into each other, but it was just bad timing.
Oh, then not an ex.
But I mean, like I would spend the night at her house and stuff.
Do you think Fat Lisa calls you and Pete her ex?
100%. 100%. In fact, I know for sure because she's told people before. And imagine, I mean, this is coming out of the most hideous mouth you'll ever see ever. But I've had it come back to me. We're like, do you know this girl? And I never knew her last name because she's Fat Lisa. And I was like, no, I don't know. And they're like, I worked with her one time at this restaurant. And she said, do you guys used to date? And I went, I don't know who it is.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I hear a lot of things. I used to live in Brandon. The Brandon thing I get the most because there was a kid out there named Mike Calta who was like a superstar wrestler, like a high school wrestler. And a lot of times people just assume I'm related to that family so that they think that I'm there.
Yeah, you get a lot of when you were on radio in Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I remember you used to listen to you when you were in New York. No, you didn't.
No.
There is so I have a friend named Pete Merluzzi who lives in Sarasota. I would say it's a weird roundabout way. I met him when I went.
Is he your ex?
No, we never sealed the deal.
All right.
Our relationship was encapsulated. I went to Atlantic City one time to see Slash, and before the before the concert, I went backstage to interview Slash, and I was walking by, and this guy goes, "Hey, Khaled," and I go, "Yeah," and he's like, "Hey, I'm Pete, and I'm Slash's manager." I was like, "Oh, cool," and he's like, "The tour manager," and he was like, "I'm like, how do you know me?" And he's like, "I'm from Sarasota," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, long story. Pete Merluzzi teamed up with somebody, and they do something else now, and the other person that he's with is named Calta.
Oh,
yeah, and I'm like, it's Merluzzi and Calta now, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Because I don't meet any other Caltas that aren't related to me, except for Frank Calta, who ran the gyms down here.
Yeah,
you know, it's not a very common name, but it pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad the other day, and the owner of Motorola, who my dad used to work for, was Robert Galvin, who's passed away, but he owned Motorola, and his son, I believe, Chris Galvin, is the one who runs it now.
Right.
And my dad, he shadowed my dad because Robert Galvin came over to meet my dad and was talking to him about, Galvin. He goes, we have to be related. He goes, where are your, parents from, and da-da-da, this and that. And they wound up probably related, but then his son shadowed my dad to kind of learn the business.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
If I was your dad, I'd take some sort of claim.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Give me some of that Motorola money.
Yeah. What are the odds that you worked there for so long and you have the same name?
Right.
I'd be bitching to somebody.
Yeah. You guys are getting my paycheck wrong. It's supposed to be the CEO one. I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh, I love hot or not.
The Illinois special education teacher accused of molesting her 15-year-old student.
Oh, my God.
Claims she was set up to be blackmailed by the alleged victim and was targeted because she was, quote, good looking. Christina Formella, who is 30 years old, denied ever assaulting the teen while tutoring him inside the classroom at Downers Grove South High School. This happened back in December of 2023, following her arrest on Sunday. They just arrested her. After the boy's mother uncovered the alleged assault through text messages on his phone.
To the special needs kid.
Right. The married teacher allegedly told investigators that the student had broken into her phone and used her number to send himself inappropriate text messages.
The special needs kid.
To blackmail her, yes. She claimed that one day the boy grabbed her phone unattended, entered the passcode, and sent messages to his phone, then deleted the messages from her phone and saved it to his phone as blackmail.
That's pretty good. So when you say special needs, I'm thinking of special needs, but it may just be somebody with ADHD,
could be, yeah.
Or AD,
also could be special needs, could be some sort of physical handicap, I would imagine.
Yeah. I just right away I think the worst case scenario, but this could just be somebody who
he's clearly a prodigy.
This is a brilliant excuse.
Yeah, or she's just making up a
right.
I don't know. Formella, who also coached soccer at the school, told police that her looks and her caring too much made her a target. She was 28 at the time of the alleged incident. So 28, 15-year-old special needs student. This happened in Illinois, and her name is Christina Formella. She is 30 now, 28 at the time. She's accused of molesting her 15-year-old student, Mike Calta. Hot or not?
I mean, this one seems like it's an easy one because she thinks that her good looks got her in trouble.
Mhm.
Plus, she was only 28. I'm going to say she's definitely hot.
You're going to say definitely hot.
Yeah.
All right. JoJo, what do you think?
I had considered that. And then you mentioned
There are a lot of bitches that think they're hot.
soccer.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And then I thought maybe she was like,
Lesbian.
no, lesbians are hot, but that she just, I don't think that she's hot. I'm going to stop myself.
All right.
I don't think that she is hot. I think that she wants to be. And in her mind,
Yeah.
it's a very elaborate story.
Sure. Johnny B.
Maybe so elaborate that it's true.
Johnny B, you have one hot, one not hot. What do you think?
I think she's hot mainly because she's 28, so she hasn't had a lot of time to get beat up or really let herself go. She's not fat. If not, she would have said she was brave. Yeah, I'm thinking she was so hot, she made an autistic kid learn how to crack into a phone. She's definitely hot.
Yeah.
You say hot. All right. So Mike and Johnny B both say hot. JoJo says not hot for reasons we don't know. She won't give it to us. Check your phone.
Coming through.
Oh, my.
She's a smoke show.
Oh, my
Rosa.
God.
Yeah. She is a smoke show.
She didn't need to be banging some 15-year-old
No,
with
not at
mental
all.
problems.
Yeah, not at
I'm
all.
on her side.
Yeah, you believe her?
Not guilty.
Okay.
Not
breaking
guilty.
into her phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
hot.
if you're breaking into her phone, I'm not sending text messages. If I am, they're going to be pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going through her folders.
Nope. She's hot.
She is hot.
I
for
need
sure.
to know more about this student because
I need to see more pictures.
All right.
Boza.
I have another hot or not.
Oh,
for you guys.
back to back.
Back to
All right,
back.
redemption.
Hot or not? Here we go. Number 2. A mother left her 9-year-old baby. I'm sorry, 9-day-old baby.
Oh my God.
A mother left her 9-day-old baby and toddler sister home alone so she could go get drunk at the bar, and then she crashed into a pole and ended up in jail. The neglected infants were not rescued until 14 hours after Sandra Henriquez, 32 years old, left the home at 12:30 a.m. and drove to Big Shots Pub in Muncie, Indiana.
Oh,
Her little
all
girls-
the keys for hot.
her
Muncie,
little-
Indiana.
Her little girls were saved when the neighbor called police after hearing the babies crying inside at 2 p.m. the next afternoon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No food.
Yeah, nothing. And it's a 9-day-old baby. Did you leave your baby for a second in the first 3 months? You know what I mean?
A 9-day-old baby needs food every 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So she is 32 years old. Her name is Sandra Henriquez. She is from Muncie, Indiana, and she likes to go to Big Shots Pub.
Probably
and
thought
get
she was
drunk.
going to be home by the time that baby would need fed again. She's just go and grab a couple beverages.
Yeah. Yeah, she pumped earlier, probably.
Yeah,
you
she's
know,
like, they're fine.
She's ready to go. Mike Calta, hot or not?
I think that they should immediately take this baby away from this woman.
Mhm.
She is destined to do this again, and she's a horrible person. But
Okay.
the game is called Hot or Not.
That is correct.
And for some reason, I think Miss Henriquez is smoking hot.
Okay.
I do. I think she smokes. Had to be at the bar. Hadn't flaunted in a while. I say she's hot.
Got that stupid baby out of her belly.
You
She's
can-
ready to get back out there.
You can drink at home if you want to, but if you're looking good, you want to go out to the bar. Big
All right.
Shots is having a 2 for Tuesday.
Mike Calta says hot. JoJo?
Oh, opposite. She was postpartum. She was not feeling good about herself. She might have had like a little postpartum depression. She's
You
like,
know all these
just,
feelings.
I just can't be around these kids right now. I got to get out of here for a little bit. They're sleeping. I'll be back before they even know I'm gone.
She got to go drown her sorrows.
She is a mess. She hasn't brushed her hair in days. She is not hot
Okay. JoJo says not hot.
at all.
This
Once
bitch is
again.
dancing naked to Morgan Wallen. She's smoking hot.
Once again, we have Mike saying hot,
Yeah.
JoJo saying not hot. Johnny, what do you think?
Muncie.
She might be the hottest thing in Muncie, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's not hot though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she's definitely a big fat chicken McNugget.
Yeah.
She 9 days. She was like, I'm ready to make more babies. Time to go to the pub and find another father. Yeah, she is gross.
You say not hot. Muncie 12.
John didn't say not. He said gross.
Muncie 12 is the Tampa 4, by the way. Just so if you're doing the math. All right, so Mike Calta says hot. JoJo says not hot. Johnny B says gross. Check your phones.
Coming through. I mean,
no,
See?
that's not hot.
Hasn't brushed her hair in days.
Yeah, you nailed it with the hair.
Yeah.
When you said that, I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, you're right. Because it's greasy and it's like, it looks like she combed it with a sock.
for the game.
Doesn't
No,
look like
for the
For
game.
the game.
For the game, she is not hot.
No.
She is not hot. There's nothing about her. You could put as much makeup on as you want. She's not hot.
No.
Capsule.
She hasn't showered in days. She hasn't brushed her hair in days.
She's a
She
real
hasn't put
Muncie.
her eyebrows on in days.
Yeah.
She's a real Muncie.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
There's no remorse in this mugshot. It's like, I'm going to do it again
Yeah.
tomorrow. Look at it.
Yeah.
You all don't understand. Big shots on a Tuesday night is where it's at.
She's like, the baby was 9. It wasn't 9 days old, not 7 days old.
Right.
But she wrecks her car,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then no police come or anything.
No, that's why I guess.
But she doesn't go, oh, by the way, I have kids at home.
I guess, yeah, I don't know.
They
I
got to
don't know.
wait however many more hours.
Yeah.
Well, they probably send somebody over there, no?
But I mean, it was 2 p.m.
They didn't find out until the next day whenever the
she
lady
didn't
called,
want
the
extra
neighbor
charge.
called.
She want to pick up extra charges.
I guess,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Yeah,
God.
she probably at least was with it that much to where she was like, well, I'm not going to tell him I got a 9-day-old baby.
I freak out if I'm gone more than 3 hours and the dogs haven't been walked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, listen. I try to be super parent, but there's things that I don't do right. But how do you make this decision? I mean,
I have no idea.
they should
I'll
remove
take those
her
kids.
ability to. They probably don't want those skanky kids.
Aw.
They should remove her ability to reproduce for sure. She does not deserve it. Give that kid to a family that deserves a child. But I'm telling you, we don't like those kids. They're probably
No.
stinky, and
Oh, but we'll clean them up. We'll give them a good home. We'll turn their lives around.
I can't always see into the
Because then we
future.
don't want them to be their mother.
I would take those kids tomorrow
You have to give them
and give them to Tom.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would be fine.
Tom's great with
Yeah.
the kids. He knows how to take care of kids. He's a good dad / grandfather /
Yes.
driver.
Yes.
Tom would take care of
He
him.
would be great.
They're both named Boss.
That's right. That's right.
How about this? This is someone's laundry hack is going viral. Is this a hack?
It's not Carmen, is it?
No, this seems like a thing that people do, but maybe I don't know whether you guys do it or not. A woman's boyfriend says the best way to deal with detergent is to fill the cap with the liquid, and then toss the whole thing into the wash.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what everyone does.
Yeah, it says it on the back of the bottle of Aero Tide. It says fill the cap and put it in.
What do you?
Yeah.
What?
What's the difference?
I guess people are just pouring it in and then sitting the cap off to the side.
They're putting it in the little tray.
Oh
And
yeah, I
then-
pour
Oh, yeah.
mine
Goes
in the
in a
water.
cycle.
I go right
You
in the water.
pour it in the water,
Yeah.
or you dump the whole thing in there, though.
So
Do
it's
you throw
like
the
the
cap?
lid?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, do you do that?
Yeah.
You-
Well, I use the pods, but
Oh.
my wife does that because that way it keeps it where it's clean. It doesn't get all gunked up.
Oh, you leave the cap in the washing machine?
She just goes like this, pours it, and throws the cap in.
Oh, I don't do that.
No.
Why not though? It doesn't
Because I
damage
don't-
the clothes.
Well,
or
I
anything.
would
No.
assume that the water gets hot on hot water, and so I don't know. But I don't. I mean,
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever washed with hot water. I always use cold water.
yeah. I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
I
throw
just
foreign
assume
things
that
in.
when you put the lid back on, then all that liquid just goes back into the
No,
into the
because
bottle
it's
anyway,
got the
so it
spout.
doesn't.
It's got the spout, and you're going over the spout, so it's on the side, and then it's on the lid, and
Maybe
everything
a
else.
little bit.
I don't
There's a
know.
hole at the bottom of the spout cup that drains it out.
What
There's
if you
a hole at the
accidentally?
bottom.
What if you accidentally put the cap in the dryer and it melts?
That's what I'm saying.
don't do that.
But if you forget and you take all the laundry out and you just scoop it into the
Yeah, no,
dryer,
I've never thrown the cap in there, but I
it's not.
wouldn't
It's
think
not
it would hurt
anything.
it.
I just assume that's what everybody did.
Yeah.
I use the pods, and my wife refuses to use the pods. She wants to use liquid detergent, and she uses so much. It's like she's invested in Tide.
so it's so crazy because I always thought you had to until they started making the pods. I'm like, that's all the amount you really need,
Right.
So I definitely cut
I
way
mean,
back on
she-
my liquid.
Like they'll have those ones that are almost like a coffee
Yeah.
cup size lid, and she'll use the whole thing. And I go, "That's so much.
That's a lot.
You're using so much." She says, "I don't care. I love it." And I go, "You're buying your own detergent from now on."
Yeah.
This guy, you doesn't even use liquid. Uses Buff City powder.
Oh, use powder.
2 scoops.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 scoops right in the thing, fresh cotton.
Okay.
The reservoir has a fill line, so like we have like the big 10-gallon jug from Costco. That we just, and you just hit the little button, fill up the reservoir, and then we throw the balls.
Reservoir.
I was going to say, does anybody want to jump on this guy?
Like the way you're saying.
Yeah. We throw the balls in the
Reservoir.
bottom.
No.
Yeah. You guys use the balls?
Reservoir.
Say it again, John. Reservoir.
Reservoir.
No.
Reservoir.
He's saying voir.
Reservoir.
Oh, it's reservoir.
Yeah.
So it's reservoir dogs. Okay.
Capsule.
See, he's wrong. You don't jump on him. I'm
I
right.
couldn't hear it.
I heard it.
But by the way,
all
you
heard
have
it.
to realize
We all
I
heard it.
jumped on you because I learned. I learned that all these years I've been saying
But
capsule wrong.
You thought that I was wrong.
No,
you were trying to point
I
out.
said to you, I go, here's the evolution.
I don't like the way you're saying that
I don't
word.
like the way you're saying capsule.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And then I let it fester in my head for a while, and I went, he's probably right. And I brought it back around, and then brought it up to Bailey, and Bailey proved that you're saying it right. I have been saying it wrong. And that's why it sparked something in my head. We've all learned a valuable lesson today.
I accept your apology.
34 years old. 34 years old before I learned how to say wheelbarrow the right way.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about that.
Oh, I found out like 4 months ago.
What?
Wheelbarrow.
It's not barrel.
I know.
Yeah.
Barrel.
My wife called me out in the middle of the living room. She's like, "What did you just say?" I said, "I need to get a wheelbarrow." And she's like, "You moron." And I'm like, "What?" And then and then I told her she was an idiot. And then, like an hour goes by and she just like, she doesn't even show me on her phone. She emails me the definition. And I was
like a whole PowerPoint.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then we went to Big Shots to do shots on a Tuesday.
Right.
Oh.
What's your hangout spot, Johnny B?
Hangout spot. I mean, like
normally, we used to hang out at the I know you from O'Brien's in Brandon is where I always associate you from, but I don't know that I've not been there in forever.
I mean, I really don't like hang out usually wherever I'm doing a show. So I'm usually on stage somewhere. So like tonight and tomorrow I'm in like Winter Haven, so I'm not hanging out anywhere but there, so I'll be there. And then Friday I'll be at Joyland from 6 to 8, and I'll be with you guys at Daiquiri Deck. So that's all planned. I don't really have a spot anymore. I have like my little pub that we get dinner at in Brandon that has like the best food ever.
Yeah.
It's called Stein and Vine. They have like they change the menu every day, and
it's good.
Real chefs, like really good stuff. But besides that, it's like a little Irish pub. But
what are you doing traipsing through Brandon?
I mean, it's been a minute, but I used to.
Stein and Vine.
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
I got to branch out. If it's not within a 2-mile radius of this place, I don't
like
go.
My parents.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is you're supposed to find your own neighborhood restaurants and go there.
That's true.
Stay out of Stein and Vine.
I've found a pretty good neighborhood one, Chili's.
It is eating good in the neighborhood.
Joe, so you're showing that lid. That is not the lid that we have. So the one Joe's showing has a lid with like a shot glass in the middle of it almost, where you pour and do that.
Right.
We don't have that. We have the one that you have upside down with the spout on it. So it's just got a big, giant plastic cup.
Yeah,
that
that's
my
what
wife
I'm used to seeing.
Fills completely up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can like set it and then just.
Yeah, it's like 4 gallons.
It seems to me your wife would enjoy
powder.
The whole experience of Buff City.
Yeah,
different powders, different smells, different soaps. Yeah, might have to go on a field trip.
I'll say. Chick-fil-A is testing new drinks called Ice Dream Spin and Float.
Ooh.
Now I'm going to say this, and you may go, "Oh, that sounds gross," but think about this: it's a milkshake with any fountain drink flavor.
So like a Coke
float.
Yeah.
Or a root beer float, or all right,
Basically,
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm in.
Dr. Pepper float.
Well, they were doing Sonic was doing the dirty sodas or whatever, and it was like Dr. Pepper with like milk or something, whatever.
Okay.
But it's
That's not the same.
It's the old school Laverne milk and Pepsi thing. Because like have you ever had a Colorado Bulldog? The drink, it's a White Russian with a splash of Coke in it. It really makes it taste.
If I go to a bar and I go, give me a Colorado Russian,
Colorado
Bulldog, they know how to make it?
If they're a good bartender. I mean, that's, it's been around for a long time.
I've never gone into a bar and asked for a fancy drink like that. If I get a drink, like at dinner, I'll get a martini or an old fashioned or something, but I never. And then
those are all named drinks.
Right. But I'm saying those are very common.
Right.
If somebody asks me though, if they go, what kind of bourbon do you want or whatever, I go, I don't care. I usually get a Tito's martini,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'm drinking alcohol and I get an old fashioned, I just like the taste of the old fashioned. I don't know the difference between the.
But there's a lot of those
I'm
drinks,
not a connoisseur.
like Mai Tais, Rum Runners, Screwdriver, Godfather, like
Right.
all those have
Godfather
names.
is a drink.
Godfather is a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, Godfather, Godmother.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones.
We should do that.
Lynchburg
one time.
lemonade.
We should go into a bar and be like, "Give me a grasshopper," and see if they know how to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grasshopper, you see, if you're going into like a club and you're ordering those things, I bet you're gonna, get a person that's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you go into a bar,
Yeah.
you have a better chance of having a bartender knowing what that is.
Yeah, it's nice now. When I started bartending, the biggest thing I was afraid of was pouring a draft beer. I just didn't know how. I hadn't done it.
Oh, yeah.
But drinks, I was like, I could look up the recipe and
Right.
pour
Yeah,
on,
but
like,
you're
it was
got a
fine.
full bar in front of you, people shouting for drinks, and you're like, I gotta look in the manual.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing is
If it's something off the wall.
so when I taught bartending, that was a big thing was you had to learn all these different recipes, and I would tell them, I'd say, write it down and put it in a Rolodex. That way you have that Rolodex back there at all times. So if you come up and you're ordering Singapore sling, and I'm like, I haven't made one of those for a while.
Yeah.
I just go right to S and I find it, and I can go, okay, slow gin, blah, 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 and I do it. But also that helps with your memory because writing it down makes you remember it more.
Mm-hmm.
I knew so many drinks.
So many.
That, I still do.
Yeah.
But like at the time, I don't think you could stump me. Unless it was these idiots that used to come in and they'd be like, give me a gorilla fist. And I'm like, I've never heard of that before.
Well, like I was at a restaurant, so we didn't do a lot of shots. So when people would come in and want shots, I'm like, I don't make shots. So I'd have to look them up.
But I knew all of those, and they would go, give me a gorilla fist. And I go, I have no idea. And they're like, he doesn't know what a gorilla fist. My buddy Brandon made it up yesterday. And I'm like, sorry that the streamline didn't get directly to me with the gorilla fist. By the way, just made up that name, Gorilla Fist.
That sounds like a
great band.
Yeah.
Great band, Gorilla Fist.
Yeah.
That's what Muncie Sandy was ordering.
For sure. Happy 2 different days. National Backyard Day.
Okay.
So I don't know, just go out in your backyard, hang out. What do you do in your backyard?
Swim.
Do a little grilling, do a little swimming, all that stuff. Because today is also National Poultry Day.
Oh,
So,
chickens.
yeah, grill some chicken.
Poultry does not sound as appetizing when you say it.
No.
Poultry.
What are you making for dinner? Poultry.
I feel like I gotta pull out feathers when I do that.
Or they had that skin that looks like scrotum skin.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite kind.
Oh.
You ever get that chicken skin whenever you're like somewhere and you're cold and you go, I got chicken
Chicken
skin.
skin, yeah.
Nope. Goosebumps.
So
That's
we
true.
can
It is goosebumps. Yeah. You got chicken skin.
we can all agree that Kanye is out of his mind, right?
God.
I don't know what the thing was. Like I'm like, is Kanye mentally ill or is Kanye a troll and today I'm convinced Kanye is mentally ill.
Yeah.
I wonder if because didn't he break his jaw? How did he break his jaw when he was younger?
I don't know.
It was a car wreck.
Car wreck. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he got CTE from that.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
The
And it's
things
like,
he's doing now are beyond repair. Like you can't wear a shirt with a swastika on and then come back and say you're sorry at some point. I don't think that. I'm not saying he will not be successful in his music business. I just don't understand how you ever come back from that.
and apparently he's calling Diddy. Him and Diddy are talking in jail. Like TMZ had some stuff. Yeah.
That's-
But also, Kanye West escalated his feud with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I did not know that there was a feud. I remember him going on stage and yelling at Taylor Swift because Beyonce, he said, should have won the Grammy and all that stuff. So I guess they were
N-words in Paris together.
friends. Okay, or that. He launched a shocking and vile attack on their children in a series of tweets. On Tuesday night, West took to X and unfolded with the unfounded claim that Hollywood superstars' children are, quote, retarded. There's a bunch of different ones. Joe has it up there on Bone TV where he says all kind of different stuff. He says,
Like what?
Concerning the Jay-Z and Beyonce tweet, N-words said, I would regret it. No, I regret taking it down. My Twitter is a one-way conversation. Let's see some of the other stuff. And now you think Jay-Z pussy ass made me take it down to get in trouble. I did it to not get in trouble. At least he knows he's getting in trouble with the different stuff. He said, at least Jay-Z and Beyonce get to raise their retarded ass kids. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what.
Listen.
Ain't no celebrity ever said nothing to come to my aid when it came to these white women taking my kids because they they was mad, and I was wearing a Trump hat. F Jay-Z and his whole family, especially his shooters. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so he's just going.
I wish Dizzy was here to explain these things to
Yeah.
us. I'm telling you right now, that is the tweet and the words of a man who has definitely lost his goddamn mind.
Mhm.
First of all, Jay-Z can have him killed in a second.
I would imagine.
And
Yeah.
although I think Jay-Z is the kind of guy that just rolls over and just goes whatever, he's mental. But the one thing you don't do, you can have a feud, and Lord knows I've been in some feuds. You don't go after somebody's kids.
No.
You just don't do that. That is the ultimate sign that you lost, that you gave up, is when you have to go so low that you go after someone's children.
And you have kids. Like, you are a parent. So to
Yeah.
say that about somebody else's kid
Right.
shows what a piece of garbage you are.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is that you're only trying to evoke feelings in the parents,
Right.
but it's still hurting the children. And the
Absolutely.
parents don't want to see their kids being called out, so they become vulnerable. But it's the weakest form of attack is when you go after somebody's kids for no reason. I've had it done to me, but the thing is that you just go, okay, well, look who's saying it. Who cares? You know what I mean? And that's hopefully what Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing.
Did I miss what the feud was with Beyonce and
No,
Jay-Z?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
They were doing albums together.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know.
This one
He
says
defended Beyonce with
Yeah.
the whole thing, so I thought that they were friends. I'm so confused of what happened.
But I think he may have just lost his mind in the last year.
This one says, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing.
Oh my God.
Can we see him?
And then he says, quote, having retarded children is a choice.
Oh boy.
Dude,
It is.
He's lost his goddamn mind. I mean, he lost it a long time ago, but he's lost his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You just don't do that.
He's garbage.
Is he
oh,
gonna-
he's
is
definitely.
By
he
the
gonna
way,
die?
yeah.
Like, is he going to be murdered, do you think?
I've always said he was garbage.
You have always said it. In fact, you vowed to punch him if you ever saw him at an airport.
Yeah. Long time ago. This
Yep.
was years
That'd
and
be
years
cool.
and years and years ago.
Galvin's hated him since the beginning.
But he could also have people kill. I mean, he is a billionaire.
I know, but Jay-Z seems to be more connected as far as getting
To
that
the
stuff
street?
done. Not just to the street, but like he seems like he's like Jay-Z's probably got some of those Blackwater guys on his payroll. You know what I mean?
All right.
Whereas Kanye is just going to go get some thug and give him 20 grand to go do it. It'd be a big difference.
You sent me something yesterday that upset me because I want to love her, but that makes me hate her.
It reminds me of you every time I see it.
Gal Gadot. She got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. The ceremony was delayed by pro-Palestinian protesters who could be heard chanting during the whole thing.
Wow.
But Mike sent me the video of her singing Imagine with all the different
Oh,
celebrities.
God.
That was her idea, right? That was her.
I don't know. I credit her with it because she started
I'm
it off.
pretty sure it was her because she started it off and she got Kristen Wiig, and Kristen Wiig was in Wonder Woman at the time with her and
Yeah.
stuff. And I think it was like her thing, whatever. Yeah. And that was so brutal at the beginning of the pandemic.
And none of those actors could sing either. And then the ones that tried to come, like you had them all going, let it be. And then you had to go, let it be, let it be.
And they're also all in their sprawling mansions
Yeah.
and stuff. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is tough for all of us,
Yeah.
guys. Oh, really? Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that because I want to like her, but that makes me hate her. This is a follow up. We talked about Tracy Morgan the other day. He puked at the Knicks game.
Oh, my God.
Tracy Morgan said it was food poisoning that caused his medical episode at Monday night's Knick game. He added, quote, the Knicks are now 1-0 when I throw up on the court.
I love Tracy Morgan, man. But do you think it was food poisoning?
I mean, could have been. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that's a
lot of puke.
That's a lot of puke.
What else is causing that though? I
Drinking.
mean, yeah,
But I don't think. I mean, if nobody reported that he appeared drunk or anything.
Also, he had like kidney disease and stuff, so I doubt he's drinking. If he is, that's probably a problem.
Oh, he drinks a lot.
Oh, does he
Yeah.
still?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know when
that's
he
the
lost his
thing.
kidney, yeah.
That's
He
the
had,
thing.
he had a nosebleed though. Does that like happen with food poisoning?
It happens with puking.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
You bust the vessels.
Right. Yeah, because you're in so much force.
There was one video that was shot from across the court. Like, they must have seen him, so they were already like filming him.
Oh,
and
could you imagine that?
Oh,
Look,
my
there's-
God.
Oh my God!
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think he like could feel it, so he was trying to get it back
Get a
down.
wastebasket or something.
But I guess they were in the middle of a play, so he couldn't go anywhere or do anything, and so he just tried to like just go straight down with it and just put his head down.
Can
I
you
mean,
imagine if he got up and was like, "I'm gonna try and go to the bathroom,"
And puke on people.
And then it starts going, and then he starts moving. He doesn't know where to go, and he runs right on the court and throws up in the middle of the court. That would have been the greatest thing ever.
I mean, this was still pretty great.
Yeah, this was great. It was great.
That's
Did you? I don't know if you have this coming up, but the trailer for Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. I don't, but we can talk.
Did you watch it?
I did. Yeah,
I did, and I feel like it'll be okay. But I didn't think the first Happy Gilmore was that great. You know what I mean? I just think it's like a silly, dumb movie. And I think this one's going to be silly, dumb movie part 2. Same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this one's going to be trying too hard to recapture the first one because that is the most successful sports movie of all. No, I'm sorry. That Waterboy is. Waterboy is the most successful sports movie of all time. Yeah.
Waterboy.
Yeah. But the first one was silly and goofy and fun, but that was Adam Sandler back then. Now he's older, and I feel like he's going to try and capture that, and it's going to be weird. And I feel like they're going to wedge every celebrity into this.
Every celebrity is going to be in it, and every joke that they did in the first one, they'll redo in this one. So
maybe the worst example of that was Super Troopers 2. The first one was great, and it was so funny, and then the second one was like, remember when we did this joke? And it was like, Jesus, guys.
They, I saw that Ben Stiller's back in this one too. Like they brought everybody back.
Yeah.
So.
I talked to a couple people that were associated with the filming of it, just comics that were there, like extras, and they swear it's going to be phenomenal. And I want it to be because it's, to this day, my all-time favorite comedy movie. Like,
really?
Not even close. Yeah.
You think that is better than, like, say, a Midnight Run?
No, I don't think it's better. It's just, for me,
right.
Like, it makes me laugh from beginning to end every single time. There's a lot of movies like that for me, but it's one of those go-tos if I'm, having a dreary day or something, I'll just put that on,
See, I can have it on in the background and not mind it or watch a couple of minutes of it, but it does nothing for me. It's just too over the top silly. Now there's some memorable parts in it, and the first time you saw Chubbs and the hand and all that was great, but now I'm just like, whatever. It's just too silly.
Still to this day, one of the greatest things is whenever he's crushing the golf balls at the driving range, and the guy's like, "You should go to the Waterbury Open," and he goes, "Yeah, great idea." That's one of my favorites. Is the draw them in with, "Oh, that's a great idea." Doing that.
Yeah, there's like 100 like little things like that, like just those little taglines and things. It was just. I thought it was brilliant. Like there's so much stuff, like his caddy, that little skinny little dorky guy, and it's every little thing, every little nuance. I think it's like a perfect comedy.
All right, and you should love the new one.
That's another thing is this one has a different caddy that, we'll see. By all accounts, that movie Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, everyone's saying that is the funniest thing they've ever seen in their life.
Every review that I read, Rolling Stone loved it, Variety loved it, GQ.
Shane Gillis was talking about it because he got to see a preview of it, a screen or whatever, and he said it is hilarious. He said it's so good. I hope they're not building it up too much, though. You know what I mean? But they're both great. I like both those guys.
Tim Robinson gives me feelings of anger and annoyance.
Is it because he's so weird looking?
But that and all the yelling that he does, it's so frustrating to me.
So funny.
Everybody, my wife loves him.
Dude, just like the dumb things that he does in I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah.
Where the guy comes over, he's talking to the one guy, and the guy goes, "Are you guys talking about?" And he goes, "No, don't tell him. Don't tell him." And he's just yelling. I think that's so funny. I love that stuff. And I love when Adam Sandler does that. But now that he's older, I feel like it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
I feel like he's trying too much to capture that. We'll see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
What do you guys think about Bert and Shaq doing a movie?
Bert and Shaq doing a movie?
Because he was talking about it.
Yeah, I think it would probably be hilarious, but it'll probably be, for a certain type of people,
right.
I'm sure there's plenty of people. No.
Oh.
For we'll think it's funny, but critics will be like, "This is the worst thing ever,"
Yeah.
But who cares?
I have to tell you, I was talking to Tony about this last week. Tony's kid saw The Machine, and Tony hadn't seen it, and I said, "Tony, I'm telling you, that's a funny movie." It's probably easier for me because I know Bert, but it's the story and going to Russia and all that stuff. It was very clever. I thought that movie was very funny, and it has some really funny parts in it, and Bert's funny in it. I don't know. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. and how they didn't know that I knew Bert, and they were talking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was really good. The thing also is critics. I've never agreed with any critics on anything ever.
I mean, it's all subject. I mean,
you're not me.
Correct.
You know, I mean, even like Mike and I have known each other for 18 years. We agree on a lot of stuff. There's a lot of movies that he and I are polar opposites on.
Yes.
You know, it just happens.
I have found that TM Powell is probably the most accurate for me. He's only had like one movie that he said was good that I hated, and that was that Florida Project.
Yeah.
Besides
that movie's great.
That's one of the ones that Mike and I disagree on. I said it's dirty kids in the parking lot.
Yeah, I wanted to beat those kids the whole time.
Those kids are exactly what was in Muncie, Indiana ladies.
Oh,
problem.
100%.
Yeah.
The headliners at Lollapalooza 2025 include...
All right, let's hear it.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Really?
Yeah. Tyler, the Creator.
Oh. Wow.
Is your wife going to go now?
She's going Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
In Orlando, yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Ooh.
And Luke Combs.
Oh, that's a good Lollapalooza.
Yeah, a bunch of different ones. So the show goes down July 31st to August 3rd at Chicago's Grant Park.
That's the only place they do it now, right?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Chicago?
they just do it in Chicago at Grant Park.
I was totally thinking Lilith Fair when you started
No,
talking. and I was
no,
like,
no.
this is the lineup?
Totally different.
No, totally different.
Lollapalooza.
Another group of people getting together to do a tour that they're calling Queen's Tour.
Ooh.
Has nothing to do with Queen.
Hello.
Has to do with Queens, like, yes, Queen.
Okay.
Gladys Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Mm-hmm. Chaka Khan.
Oh, Queen.
Chaka Khan.
Patty LaBelle.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
God.
Stephanie Mills.
Yeah, Stephanie Mills is in there.
I know, but I don't
Not
think
as
she,
famous,
Right.
yeah.
I don't think she's on their level. But I mean, she was in The Wiz, and she's
Oh,
done a
yes,
lot
okay.
of different stuff. But they're hitting the road together. They're calling it Queen's Tour. It kicks off May 9th in Las Vegas. My Patty LaBelle story. Would you like to hear my Patty LaBelle
Would
story?
love to.
I was in Las Vegas for a fight. There was a fight out there, and a bunch of people going around, all different celebrities and stuff. And Patty LaBelle is walking towards me, and there's a group of people trying to get pictures with her and autograph and stuff and everything. And I go, "Hi, Patty," and she goes, "Hey, baby."
Yeah.
I felt so cool.
I was going to say, did she give you a baby?
I just hit her with a "Hi, Patty," out of nowhere. I just "Hi, Patty," and she goes, "Hey, baby," and gave me the long fingernails, whatever, big wave like that. Yeah, I was like, "All right, I like
Stephanie
it."
Mills. Oh yeah, this is a jam right here. All right, look, we got 5 songs by everybody, 2 by Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Queen's Tour.
Patty LaBelle can still sing too.
Oh, I bet Patty
old.
LaBelle. I bet
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight could sing.
Chaka Khan.
How about the Pips sitting home going, "Come on, Gladys."
No.
The Pips are just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
They're all dead, bro.
rehearsing dances.
Maybe.
Mm.
The rock community, including Robert Plant and Alice Cooper, are both rallying behind Bad Company for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Sure.
They're saying, "Hey, put these
Bad
guys
Company
in."
belongs in.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is there's probably so many bands that they should have started a long time ago. It should have gotten a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe Boston's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Cheap Trick just recently got in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird deal. They either need to speed it up or do it twice a year, maybe.
But they're doing, and obviously Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they probably should have called it the Music Hall of Fame because there's a lot that
I
aren't.
think rock and roll encompasses everything
I don't
except
think
country.
so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like,
Right.
there's artists that are clearly well-defined and should be honored for something, but calling it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think, narrows it down too much. But also, if you're going to call it Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you should have certain bands like Boston that is a rock band
right.
Or
in
even
there.
if they did it like categorically, if it was a music hall of fame, but
Right.
there was like a rock category,
Sure.
a pop category, and then you could have maybe one from each category each year.
I like it, JoJo.
Thank
You're on
you.
the board.
Thank
yeah,
you.
You're on the
we'll
board.
allow it.
Thank
We'll allow
you.
it.
I appreciate that.
Speaking of music, our buddy Bill McClintock, who does some of the great mashups that we've played over the years, has a mashup for you. Do you like Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you like Daz Band?
Yes.
What is
Don't know
Daz
them.
Band?
Let It Whip?
Oh,
I'm gonna let it whip.
Yeah.
Baby, baby, whip
Do
it
you
all
like
right.
Ronnie James Dio?
Yes.
I don't.
Would you like
Not a
to
fan.
hear? Would you like to hear all three together?
100%
Sure.
would. Yeah.
It works. Take a listen to this. This is little Yes, little Daz Band, and Ronnie James Dio together. Bill McClintock mashup.
See you with it, sure could treat you right. Give me just a minute of your time tonight. We both are here to have big fun, so let it whip.
Here comes Dio.
That's great. I like it. I like it all. I like it all.
That's really good.
With a little side Devo in there as well.
Yeah, I like
Good
it a lot.
job.
That sounds good. Yeah, that guy's good. If you look him up on YouTube or whatever, Bill McClintock, he is.
I feel like you should have a better name.
Yeah, he does
Like
a bunch
DJ
of,
name.
Well, remember DJ Cumberbund?
Yeah.
Was the other one who does a lot of those mashups
Yeah,
as well. Yeah. And then finally, news, there is a list online of things that have gradually disappeared over the past decade without people really noticing. First, surprising things that like 10 years ago, which was 2015, doesn't feel too long ago, but back then, Donald Trump was running for president for the first time. We first met Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, really?
New England Patriots had the Deflategate going on, and then the dress. Is
Yeah,
it
the blue?
Yeah, that whole thing. So that's back from 2015. Here are some of the things people say have slowly disappeared
guess one?
since then. Yeah, what do you
The
got?
alarm clock.
The alarm clock. Not on here.
Oh.
But yeah, everyone basically uses their phone as an alarm clock now.
Yeah.
You don't have an actual little radio next to your bed anymore.
By the way,
most people don't.
Coming up next to disappear. Not yet, but it's coming up. Weatherman.
Yeah,
Weatherman's almost gone.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul Delegato.
Yeah, I mean, anything that's on your iPhone can make other stuff disappear.
Yeah, digital cameras disappeared.
Yeah, like the actual stock market, like the floor and the doing the stuff, whatever. Yeah, everybody's doing stocks on their phone and doing all that stuff.
I'm trying to think of what I used 10 years ago that I don't.
This is one that's a good example. The good old like $800 beater car. You can't just go buy a beater car for $800 anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You used to be like the first car I ever bought was $300.
Yep.
It was $300. $300.
I don't even know if I'd sell a car for $300.
Crazy.
I'd go just keep it.
Yeah.
Just abandon it.
Right.
Yeah, in the '90s, I would just buy $200-$300 cars from like the people at the bar I worked at, and if they broke down, I would just throw them away. I wouldn't even fix them. I'd just buy another one.
Yeah, disposable cars.
Yeah.
That's a great concept.
My brother Tim used to do that all the time. He would buy, so say somebody had a car and they were like selling it for $1,500. He would talk them down to like $800 or something. And then he would clean the hell out of it, do a few things, whatever, buy like some seat covers and stuff, and sell it the next day for like $4,000.
Yeah.
It was crazy. He used to do it all the time. He did it. One of my oldest brother, Tom, one of his friends had a car and it had leaves all in it. And he didn't even have a sign like on it, whatever, or he had a for sale sign, but like no number or anything. And so Tim bought it off him, literally cleaned it up, did all this stuff, like pressure washed the engine and did all this stuff, bought it off him for, I want to say like $1,000. The next day, while the kid was over at our house, Tim sold it for like $3,800 right in front of him too, right in front of him.
Wow.
And he was like, and Tim was, that's the deal. That's how that works. Fairly priced streaming services.
Oh,
Remember when
yes.
streaming services came along and they were like, it's $9.99 for the year and everybody's happy. Now they just keep raising them. Once they got you,
It's unbelievable.
they're like, well, you don't have cable anymore. You need us. You
It's
know, what are you going to do?
unbelievable.
Go back to cable? No, you're keeping the streaming service.
Well, who do you need?
Well, that's the thing. What do you mean? Who do you need?
Like, I don't know. I have everything, but I don't watch anything. I have Apple
Netflix,
TV. I have
Apple TV, Hulu, Max.
Right. So Netflix I
Disney.
have, and the only thing I really watch on Netflix, other than I watched
Peacock,
Bert Special
Paramount.
yesterday. Right, but now you're paying more than you were for cable.
And that's the
Right.
point. That's what we're saying.
So,
yeah.
but I mean, which ones do you really need? Which ones do you have to keep?
But I feel like I have a show on every platform.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. And it
that's
seems
true.
that way.
Like,
and
every time I
you
go to-
can't watch this unless you have this.
So
You know?
and sometimes, honestly, I wonder if I'm better off just paying for like a premium cable package where I have all of those channels, and then
But you don't have those.
the
you can have
pluses, like the Paramount. Is that what you're saying?
Netflix?
Yeah,
They don't have
yeah,
Netflix
it's not
on there?
good for
Galvin and
Netflix.
I know a thing you could do. They're not accepting people right now, but
Yeah.
we'll see if we can get you in.
I'm
I
already
have a
in.
thing too. Did you know all the sports are pretty much going to streaming? So ESPN announced that this is the last year they'll carry MLB baseball. So most likely after that's done, you're going to have to pay the MLB app if you want to watch any baseball game. You got like local sports, like you have to have Spectrum or the FanDuel thing to watch Lightning games.
Johnny, I'm telling you, when they put Lightning games only on whatever Bally's or whatever that was, and I couldn't get Bally's here, that ruined hockey in my house. My wife couldn't watch games every night. She was the number one person. Hey, the game's on. Now we couldn't get the game anymore, and we don't even go to the games.
I remember
it really ruined it for us.
I remember having to go to Reddit and try and watch the Steelers. Like I'd have to try and find a free link to do the thing, whatever, and then put it up on my TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have to do it here for Bucks games. They were all blacked out. So we'd have to go find some
Which is
website
so
in
crazy.
England and stream it. Yeah.
Crazy. Another thing they say have disappeared over the last 10 years, small independent hardware stores like the Cunninghams.
Definitely.
There are a couple.
They're not as many as there used to be.
But also, I mean, I feel bad for mom and pop stores, but if I can go in Home Depot and find anything I want and find it for cheap, why am I going to go anywhere else?
That's it.
But I will tell you this: I will go to an Ace. If I have
we have an Ace by us.
Ace
I
is
go
the
to
place
it all the time.
for your helpful hardware man.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ace is the place for your helpful with the helpful hardware
folks.
Folks.
Wow.
They change it to folks.
What else,
Can't just be a man in
It
there.
used to be man.
Can't be just a man in there. There's a lot of ladies that know how to do stuff.
I'll only talk to a
And
man.
online, I think COVID, especially since like just did everything in for doing away with so much because you can do it all online.
Let's see, a real live person answering a business telephone.
Never.
It is unbelievable. You cannot get a real live person.
You can't even get a real live person to call you on the telephone. Recordings call you now.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you dial into the thing and they're like, give us your billing number, do this, and then representative. Tell us what you need. Maybe we can help with this and blah, blah, blah. Or you can go online. And I'm like, I'm trying to talk to a person. And rarely, I got to be honest with you, I don't want to talk to people.
Right.
But sometimes you have to talk to a person to be able to explain it, hopefully, to them, because the computer's not picking up, what
There's
you're saying.
There's a lot of companies now that don't even offer a customer service. You just email only. You can't call anybody. They don't have a phone number.
Nobody's worse than my wife. She'll go, oh my God, what? The bank. I need to call them and tell them. I'm going to look it up online. We should just call them and tell them. And then 5 minutes later, she'll be like, I should just go. Yeah, I know. I told you. Go. So my wife's going through something right now, which hopefully by the time we go to break, she's got this handled. But we're going to Universal on tomorrow, right?
Today.
Tomorrow. But we're going to Orlando today.
Okay.
So we're like, what are we going to do today? Do we want to go to Disney Springs and eat lunch and walk around that? Disney Springs is nothing but shops. I don't want to go there. So then last night she gets a hair up her ass and she goes, we can go to Animal Kingdom tomorrow. And I went, okay. I said, let's leave early. We'll leave right after the show and we'll go to Animal Kingdom. And she goes, okay. And then she gave me the whole, right after the show, I got to get ready and take a shower and pack. I go, okay, well, let's just get there as soon as possible. And then we'll get to stay till they close. She buys the tickets. Doesn't bother to check and see what time they close. They close at 6 o'clock. So by the time we get there, they're gonna be open for like 3 hours. So now she has to call Disney and say, "Hey, I screwed up. Either get a park hopper pass or switch to a different kingdom, whatever it is." And I'm gonna go inside, and she's gonna be all flustered, and I'm gonna go, "Did you call them?" And she's gonna go, "When I went to the website, did you call? Just call. That is the easiest thing to do." Just call and talk to somebody.
Sometimes they talk so slowly.
I know,
and
but
then
the
you
only way
repeat
you're ever going to
yourself.
get anybody done is when you get anything done is if you actually get a human that can go ahead and see
I know,
the
but then I
situation.
feel like I tell my whole story to one human, and then they're like, "Okay, I'm going to transfer you." Then I got to tell
know.
somebody else. I go,
Be prepared.
"Can't they just make notes and then you read and then
it's the only way to get things done.
Ugh.
That's why whenever you do actually talk to somebody who's competent and does a good job, you're so happy with it.
Yeah.
You're
100%.
so happy with it. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So some of the other stuff that has gone by the wayside in the past like 10 years or so, they say 24-hour businesses. You were talking about pandemic killed most of them. Most of them aren't coming back.
Yep.
24-hour businesses
Sad.
are like, nope, we're closed now. I remember when I went to go to Walmart one of the days, like it was somebody's birthday, and I was like, oh, I'll go get gift card or do something, whatever. And I'm like, Walmart's closed?
Closed, yeah. It's a sign of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? That didn't work.
Yeah, the weirdest
Next thing,
one.
Waffle House.
Denny's has been like the one in Brandon closes at midnight. I'm like,
that's-
I would think you do most of your Denny's business after midnight.
yeah, nobody's ever eaten Denny's sober. ever.
Right, yeah.
Nobody gets moons over my hammy at breakfast time. That's at 2 o'clock in the morning. treat.
Right, yeah. Coins on the sidewalk. You don't see coins
see
much
coins.
anymore.
No.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's so funny because I have like some coins in my center console, and I'm like,
What are you gonna do with
should I
them?
just throw these away?
With its holes?
I know, but when I'll go to McDonald's or whatever, get Everly a thing. I'm like, oh, I think I have change, and then I feel like I have to apologize
You
for
do.
giving them
Yeah.
change.
You do.
But I'm like, I
Don't
don't
want to touch your
want
dirty
them.
money.
I don't want them anymore, so I'm trying
Bring
to
them to the bank. Bring them to that thing in Publix where you pour it in and
I was
give you
gonna
money.
say,
should.
I was gonna say the bank won't even take them unless you roll them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so
have your
sorry,
account
I'm just
number on
trying
it
to
and
get
stuff.
rid of
Yeah,
my
just take it to like a Coinstar.
I should.
Coinstar's like, yeah, $53. Now we take a $50 VIG, so you got $3
Yeah.
back. How do you want that? In coins? Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I always take mine to the Coinstar. Like I'll keep them like in my console or in a bucket at home, and then after a year, I'll take them up there when I just go shopping. And I feel like out loud I have to go, I'm not poor.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Because
Not
there, Johnny, I can tell you there was plenty of times when I was younger where I was like, all right, I gotta go
Clean
to
out the
Coinstar.
couch.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's see what's going on. All right, $17. Let's
We've
see
all
what that
been
can get
there.
us. How about this? Toys and cereal boxes.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, because they became choking hazards.
Yeah, because kids became too stupid.
Yeah.
Not to know.
Yeah.
You don't eat
You're
a
right.
car.
You're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. This one you still see occasionally, and every time I see it, I go, really? 2025, that's still going on? People smoking.
Yeah.
People that smoke. You haven't heard the news? You haven't?
It's not great for you.
Have you read the packaging?
Do you smoke?
No.
Oh, the way you were saying it, I didn't know you were going to be
I
like,
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I.
How long ago?
Not too. Well, before my kid,
Oh, so like within the last
but
like
not like all the time. Like if I was having some drinks or.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes
the
you
girl.
have a
The
drink.
girl
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Exactly.
My
I
dad-
grew up with it though. Everybody smoked in my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do your parents still smoke?
No.
Yeah.
My dad smoked for 40 years.
Yeah.
And
Really?
the day my sister was born, he was like, done.
Yeah.
We quit that day.
Yeah.
Never went back. Isn't that
And
nice?
it was like just a thing to like fit in for a while, I guess. And then it was just.
Nobody
I liked it though.
Nobody in my family smoked. My mom, I
shouldn't.
guess, did smoke before she got pregnant, and then when she got pregnant, she was like, "All right, I'm done smoking." And then
Yeah.
just never smoked.
Yeah.
But like nobody in my family. I remember going to other families' houses that smoked, and you walk in and you're like, "Good Lord!" And our buddy Derek, who was like 16 or 17, and would smoke in front of his parents.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
that's
they
weird.
smoked.
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
And they all smoked.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
knew.
"Ugh."
I knew a girl
Yeah.
that smoked pot with her parents.
Yeah.
And that was college, but still weirded me
Yeah.
out.
I remember because they had like a little Scotty Terrier, and I used to pick that dog up, and I go, "I'm sorry, you're dying of
Oh.
cancer,"
Oh.
because it's getting all that secondhand smoke,
Breathing
and there's
in.
nothing they can do. It can't be like, "Can you please let me outside again?"
My, my parents smoked from
Yeah.
the day I was born until
Oh.
probably 12.
Did you
Look
ever
at Annette.
smoke?
Look at Annette. She's
Yeah,
89
yeah, I
years
did.
old.
You did smoke?
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
In the house, everybody was in the house. Like we had ashtrays in every room of our
Oh,
house growing
That's
up.
how.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
and
your stuff smelled all the time. Because I remember my mom used to go play bingo at the VFW right down the street
Oh
from our
my
house,
God,
and
that's-
she would come back and just smell.
Reek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody in there.
Oh
smoked.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. Well, you'd go out to a bar or whatever, and even though I did, I would always never inside, like always outside,
Yeah,
always
no.
like I hated
Oh,
it.
my
Even when
mother
I
smoked
worked
in the
in
car.
places that you could smoke, I
Yeah.
hated people that smoke, like it being blown in my face and
Outside.
gross.
Take it
Okay.
outside.
Yeah.
We did a like a pottery thing when I was in like 4th grade, and the teacher's like, you can make one of two things. You can either make a bowl or an ashtray for your parents.
Yeah.
And like 90% of the kids were like, yeah, let's make an ashtray for our parents. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I have an
so well.
ashtray over here that Joey made me in high school in
Yeah,
Potter.
it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
like
rite of
it.
passage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Physical checks as payment.
Oh yeah.
I just
Right.
had to order some
You know what's crazy?
because I
The
have to pay for
places,
stuff for the kid.
the places that only take checks.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
How is it? Or the ones that like
What
Well-
only takes checks?
you will only take. There was a lot of like HOA that would only take checks.
Oh yeah.
For a long time afterwards, but now they're like, okay, you can pay online, but there's a $4.95
Yeah.
service fee.
I'm like, I'll
And
send
it's like,
in the check.
I have to pay because I'm in the future and you're in the past.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy.
I love Wizard Money.
Yeah.
Wizard Money,
it's,
just in a second, I owe you this. There you go. We're good.
Yeah.
it's the best. It is the best. I use my phone all the time to pay for everything, and I feel old people watching me whenever I do it. And they're like,
What's he doing?
how did he pay for it?
I sent Joey Wizard Money yesterday because he
for his tattoo.
No. We're good. Still no tattoo.
Okay, good.
No, we get a water delivery here, like cases of water, And sometimes he'll come home and there'll be 15 of them stacked in the front of the house. That's work. That's a lot of work. And I came home and I saw them. I pulled in the driveway. I saw them. I was like, oh, God damn it. I came in. I was sitting in the living room. Joey comes home, walks right past me, and I just hear, and he starts lit and brought them all in the house. I was I didn't even ask him.
Yeah.
I sent him some wizard money. I was like, thank you for doing that.
Nice.
Little fee.
By the way, pick up some cases of water. That could be part of your 5K training.
No, you don't bend for that.
Also, can't you just get like a water filter, and just reuse water bottles?
I have the hydrogen water in there. I fill my bottle every day.
We have one built in the thing.
Okay. Just asking.
Please don't ask me any questions.
Bottled or canned water is more convenient, though. Because I have this.
It is.
You know what I pour in this? Bottled water.
Yeah. Keeps it cold.
Yeah, I keep a case of bottled water in my garage because that's where I go in and out of the house. So when I'm leaving the house,
grab one.
I just grab a room temperature bottle of water and
you know what I do? I just unscrew the lid and I go over to my refrigerator with a water filter and then I just fill up my water.
Yeah. You know how much fluoride's in that water?
I have really white teeth.
You also have brain damage.
I already have that.
Ask RFK. You're killing yourself. Finally, the last one they say that has gone by the wayside is ownership. Everybody rents or leases or has a subscription. You really don't own a lot of stuff anymore.
That's what BlackRock wants.
Yeah.
That's right.
Easy Spanish. I don't know. I own a lot of stuff.
But there's a lot of people that rent and do that stuff. Yeah. It always amazes me because I did it one time. I leased a car, but I don't really get it. I really don't get it.
No, it's like the timeshare thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like so we lease a car because Amanda doesn't put a lot of miles on it. She works from home. And we'll be within the miles, and we'll lease it for a couple of years. And then when you start to get tired of that car, you just trade it in for a new one. So,
right, and it's always they fix it and everything that needs to be done or anything. It's taken care of and all that stuff. And I could get that, but if I'm using it, and you're definitely going to go over the miles. I didn't think it was funny because whenever I leased my first car, they were like, "Have you thought about leasing?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "This, that," and they gave me the mileage, and I'm like, "Okay." And I mean, immediately I was over the miles, and I'm like, "Oh boy!" And then you have to pay a certain amount per mile over. I'll tell you who helped me out with that was Steve Hurley. Steve Hurley, I asked him, I go, "What should I do?" And he goes, "Park it." He goes, "Just do something else, whatever." But then I wound up getting out of it, and I got a good deal, so it wound up working out for me. But yeah. I was like,
he saved me after I moved up here and then got a job over in St. Pete and was driving every day. Didn't even think about because I've always owned my car.
Right.
So I didn't even think about it for like a year.
Yeah.
It was like 30,000 miles over.
They're charging you
18 cents a mile.
He was like, "What have you done?" I'm like, "Listen, I just didn't even think about it."
Yeah. Well, there you go. That is it for news.
Steve Hurley did a nice thing this week. He gave a guy a brand new Corvette. The guy from the Strawberry Festival.
That's awesome.
Was able to go by and get his car, and a listener of the show, from what I hear.
So,
yeah, good. Very happy.
That guy had to have been so excited.
So excited. He looks like a guy who should drive a Corvette too.
Cool.
Like like sometimes you give it to him and it'll be like a super nerd, and you're like, all right, this will help you out. But this guy looks like he belongs in the Corvette.
Nice.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, Alvin has a brand new open letter that happens next on 102.5 The Bone. I got a note from Steve Hurley a little while ago. I didn't even realize it while we were talking about him. They did present the Corvette to Sean yesterday, and he got to take it home. And they also presented a check for $300,000 for Unity in the community.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
Big thank you to our listening audience for participating in that by buying your $5 Stingray a raffle ticket, and of course to Steve Hurley and his family for donating the car. And all the money that was raised goes to Unity in the community, and they do a great job out there. And congratulations to them for another successful event. And I got it out of Steve while I was out there for the big pull, the big award of the Corvette. He is going to do it again next year. So,
nice.
Yeah,
Good.
Look for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will hit your phone calls, 800-771-1025. But first, a brand new open letter from Calvin.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to success. Dear Success, seriously, we've heard the saying, it takes money to make money. If I need to sell my house and I'm sitting at a stoplight and I see a cardboard sign that reads, We buy houses with cash. Do you think I'm thinking, that seems like a great idea? Or do you think I'm thinking, there is no way I'm selling my house to these fake-ass cardboard sign-having Nigerian prince scammers? Get a real sign. Metal, wood, a billboard, hell, even a bus bench. Yeah.
Capsule.
Something other than the same marker and cardboard that a homeless guy uses to make his sign or a 5-year-old uses to make her sign for her lemonade stand. You seem about as legit as both of them. Also, I feel the girl with the lemonade stand has a better chance of paying me cash to buy my house than you do. The magnet sign on the side of the car to advertise your company, by the way, company, what are we doing here? If you have a dirty Pontiac Sunbird with your catering business sign on the side of the car, that's going to be a hard no from me, dog. I don't want somebody catering my party that doesn't have a full-time job. If your part-time job is you work in the sanitation department and then your other job is catering, I'm going to say no. I get that maybe you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money, but at least try to trick me. Make me think you're successful. I'm all for giving someone a break and helping someone out, but I think I'm more for we've been in business for a long time and we know what we're doing and we're not going to break down on the side of the road in our one car with no air conditioning in the middle of summer in Florida with my full tray of shrimp cocktail that will now poison my Nana for her birthday party. Do you know what the secret to success is? I don't either, but I'm 100% positive it doesn't start with an old Pontiac. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to success.
While I get it, and I agree with you, can I throw this in there? Because I'm sure there's people at home saying the same thing.
You got to start somewhere.
Not just that, but I find that because of homeowners associations, they don't let you park commercial vehicles in your driveway. So if you have a car that is a delivery car for your catering or whatever, you have to put a magnet sign on so that you can take it off when you go home. That's the only thing I've seen.
Okay,
before,
clean out your goddamn garage.
Yeah, I get it.
Or get a car cover.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or pay for a parking spot. By the way, I saw a thing that there is a parking spot for sale in Boston in like a area that's a busy area, whatever. What do you think a parking spot for a year costs?
A lot.
Well, not for a year, but it's to buy it, I guess, to buy a parking spot for the rest
I bought my son a parking spot at his high school and paid a couple of grand for it.
For the year. Still a lot, but.
Still a lot. Now you go to a city, like I don't know how it is in Boston, but in New York, they have alternate side of the road for garbage. So you have to move your car and all that stuff. So
it is in a parking garage in Beacon Hill, around the corner from Boston Common, which Cheers, the famous bar right there. And this is, let's see, a spot is up for sale. It's in the parking garage. What do you think they're charging for it?
$50,000.
$50,000.
$75,000.
$75,000.
I would have said somewhere between 25 and 50, but yeah.
$750,000.
Oh my God.
$750.
And it sold, the same spot sold in 2023, so just 2 years ago for $500,000. For $500,000.
For what? You gonna live in your parking space?
I mean, you have it, I guess, for the rest of your life.
But if I have enough money to spend $750,000 on a parking space, I'm having a driver.
You also would think that you have an elevator to your penthouse and your car pulls in there.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
That's insane. That's insane. Galvin, I have some bad news.
Oh no!
On a story we reported earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Van Halen says that the story is that Van Halen and Steve Lukather were working on putting out new Van Halen music. And the question that we had was it old Van Halen that Lukather was just putting new guitar parts on? Or was it new Van Halen music and who would be the singer? And Steve Lukather has cleared that up.
Yes, I have been doing some investigating as well.
He says that he would in no way play guitar on a Van Halen album, that it would be disrespectful to Eddie.
Yes.
That he has just been helping Alex go through old songs that they never released to see if they could get material there for a new album.
Right. So, yeah, he said he's not playing anything on it, whatever, but they're also talking about possibly using AI to do some stuff, like if they have good like rhythm parts and everything, and then doing like an AI solo or something, which I think would be weird as well.
I would rather hear Steve Lukather do the solo.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what the situation is with that. But yeah, they're also, did you hear the other thing that they're talking about? Would David Lee Roth be on it? No.
How?
What do you mean how?
Well, who would sing?
You know who Alex wants? Who Alex said a while back that he would like to try and get?
Oh, I assume that this was already done, kind of like the last Van Halen album where they just had a lot of songs that they never released.
No, so I think basically what it is a lot of tracks and stuff that they have that's not necessarily all put together or anything. So they may have some guitar stuff from Eddie that they can put together to make songs, but then Alex will go and record the drums, and I don't know if they have Wolfgang come in and play bass or what the deal is with that, but Alex Van Halen is saying he would love to have Robert Plant.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I'm asking. Can Robert Plant still sing?
Oh yeah, he can definitely still sing.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not
at that level.
He's not singing the high stuff as much as he used to, but he's definitely still a great singer.
Well, I didn't mean can Robert Plant still sing. I meant can he still like record a rock and roll album?
Yeah, but like even whenever they played the O2 Arena, which was years ago, whenever they did that, they lowered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They dropped it down.
So if you have, guess what, Alex? We all went out we all want Robert Plant to be
but we're not all
singer.
Alex Van Halen.
Yeah, but I don't know that makes. I mean, if Robert Plant wants to make music, he's also got Jimmy Page,
right?
You know what I mean? He can. If he really was wanting to do music,
but he also, Robert Plant has said, and the reason that he's not doing Van Halen stuff is because he kind of keeps one to move forward and do different stuff. This is different for him. This is something cool, different. I mean, everybody's going to listen to it for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everybody's new Van Halen stuff. They'd be like, "Oh my god!" And they got Robert Plant. I mean,
so
who
you
knows?
Have David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, Gary Sharon, and Robert Plant would be all the lead singers of Van Halen. That'd be weird.
Yeah, I mean, who knows whether Robert Plant would be, no, I'm not going to do it, or maybe he's interested. I mean, it's just something that Alex Van Halen put out there, and it was a while back. This was a while back that Alex had said that. So,
I mean, I think the most successful way for them to put out a new Van Halen album would be just Sammy or Dave. That'd be the only opportunity.
Yeah, but they had a major falling out with Dave and a major falling out with Sammy. Sammy says he talked to Eddie before Eddie passed and that they were good, but he has not talked to Alex.
Yeah.
And he's tried to reach out to him a bunch of times.
I'm dying to know what the real beef is there with those guys. I mean, it seems to me that the Van Halen brothers were the problem.
Yeah.
Although Dave is pretty nuts too.
Well, and also...
But Sammy's the most lovable guy.
We think about Eddie and we think about how iconic he is and how he completely changed guitar and how people play and stuff. But there was a lot of times where Eddie was messed up on alcohol and drugs and stuff. Sammy recounted whenever they went out on tour, like the second time they kind of got back together with Sammy, that he said he'd just start a song and it would be in like the wrong key, and then Alex would start playing. They kind of lock into it a little bit, and then he'd go, "Okay." He goes, "He wasn't going off the set list and stuff." And it was just like Eddie, and you're like, "What are you going to tell Eddie? He's playing stuff wrong?"
Yeah. We will be playing this Friday night.
Oh,
everything in the right key.
Everything in the right key.
Yes.
If
Robert Plant wants to show up and sing
Robert
with
Plant
us.
is welcome to join us.
Yeah.
Johnny B said he is going to join us.
Yeah.
John Senning said he is going to join us. Pap will be there.
I will be there.
Maybe sure.
Johnny on stage. Maybe Pap on stage.
Well, Pap, you can't keep Pap off the stage.
Yeah. No. Sometimes I'll be playing and I just look up and Pap's there. Like 3 songs in, and then he just appears.
Just floats in and floats out.
That's right.
Johnny's going to sing, he said.
Yeah.
And then who knows, like last time we played the Daiquiri Shack, Archie was there. Archie got up and jammed with us. So you never know who's going to show up and who's going to swap out and get on an instrument or do. I'm very happy to give up the bass to anybody who wants to come and jam. Slap of the bass.
Sean was there.
Sean Chambers.
Yeah, Sean Chambers.
Sean Chambers came.
Yeah,
right.
which was great. That was awesome, man.
I know. So we're gonna have a good time. That is happening this Friday at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Mike Calta? It's Medicine Man.
Are you going to come out and see us at the Daiquiri Shack on Friday?
I wish I had a way to get out there. It's a long trip,
How is it you find a way to get out to every other crappy band in town, but yet when we play, you can't seem to make it out there?
I don't know. It depends if my friends have the night off from work or something like that. If I can get out there, they work late and they can't make it out there.
Which
You know,
one?
yesterday I was on the way to the movies, and I saw a strange-looking car on the road, and I never seen anything with 6 wheels like that. It looked like a Tesla Cybertruck. So I looked it up, and I found it's a Jeep Apocalypse that goes anyway with anything. It goes anything between $175,000 to $250,000.
What is the Jeep? A Jeep what?
A Jeep Apocalypse.
Apocalypse?
Hellcat.
Are you saying Apocalypse?
Yeah, Apocalypse Hellcat.
Is that like
Not
a capsule?
Not Hellcat, Hellfire.
Hellfire.
So far, yeah. There's only like 80 of them made so far from this plant from Fort Lauderdale.
And it has 6 wheels.
6 wheels, big wheels, like a monster truck in a way.
Oh, I've seen them. They're pretty badass.
I would say right
They're
now,
pretty
if
wicked
you want to
looking.
buy a Tesla, you can get a pretty good deal on a kind of burnt one.
Yeah. One with a tarnished hood, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Medicine Man, I hope to see you out there on Friday. And if you do, I'll buy you a Bud Light.
That'd be awesome. I make it out there.
All right. Well, have a good week. Don't call back.
Yeah, okay, I will.
All right. Bye.
Not.
My wife is out there and she did call. I yelled at her. I go, why don't you just call? She goes, I did. I'm on hold right now. And I go, all right, where are we at? She goes, I don't know. It's been 39 minutes.
Yeah.
39 minutes.
That's what they do. And then they just get you to hang up.
No. She's in the process of switching things over. So just getting it done.
Could you just tell me what your problem is? Okay, I'll transfer you. Ma'am, could you just tell me what your problem is? Okay, please hold. I'll transfer you. Ugh.
The worst is airlines.
Yes.
Airlines, you're getting a lot of times now, especially since COVID, you're calling people in their houses. You could hear their dogs barking in the background, or you could hear lawnmowers next
Listen,
door.
as long as they help me and they do it in a quickish manner.
Yeah, I don't really care what
I don't know.
I don't care if their dog's snoring in the background.
Speak mostly English. Help me in a timely manner.
I'm good with mostly English.
Yeah, mostly
I don't need you to
English.
speak English. It's just kind of like it would be great if you could understand what I'm saying.
Correct.
That's all we need.
Correct.
Oh, I like the way you operate.
The worst is when you're on hold for an hour and they hang up on you.
No. And you just need to put your hands around somebody's neck.
Yep.
Yeah, I just put an hour of my life into this, and then you call back and you go, yeah, I was just on a phone with somebody for an hour and we got cut off, and okay, hold on, please. And then next thing you know, you're at 37 minutes.
Starting all over.
I could have used your fluent Spanish the other day.
Sí.
I ran into a lady that was looking for her dog. I figured it out.
¿Dónde estaba un perro?
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
But I was walking my dog, and she was walking, and she's looking, and she's yelling. And I go, did you lose your dog?
Perrito?
Sí. And then I was like, it was small, and I'm doing this. I'm like, it's
Poquito,
small.
grande.
I'm small, and then I said it's like kind of beige, and I'm like, oh, I'm never getting beige. I don't know, whatever.
El Brano.
And then
Blanco?
she was like, big, and I go, oh no, I said there's a small one down there.
What did you just see? A random?
You do ASL
Yeah, I
and
saw another-
Spanglish.
Yeah, I saw another dog, I guess, that was just running around.
My
Don't
dog
they-
got out yesterday.
Your cat?
No, my dog.
Which one?
Stella, and then Jenkins followed her.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Is Stella a runner or no?
No, she's a wanderer.
Yeah.
But Jenkins will like follow her out. And my neighbor across the alley called me. Very nice. Said, I think your dog's out.
Can I tell you that an interesting thing? I don't want to bore everybody talking about dogs, but my dog Hazel likes to run away. She likes to go to the neighbor's house and look at their dogs, and it drives me crazy. And Mabel is the most obedient dog. And Mabel came back in the house and was sitting next to me, and I'm yelling, Hazel, get in here. And I looked at Mabel and I go, go get Hazel. And she went and got her.
Yeah.
She ran out,
No, she'll
got
do
her,
that.
and brought her back.
She's done that for me before.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
So smart.
I know. I know. All right. I got to take a break. Phone numbers, if you're not Medicine Man, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. In fact, we only have the 800 numbers. I don't know why I'm still coming out doing it.
Things that gradually went away.
Yeah, exactly. 800-771-1025. When we come back, I have a new favorite TV show. I watched it last night for the first time, and I can't wait to talk about it. I'll tell you what it is next. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Add this lady right here, Courtney Love, to the list of people who are leaving the country
Oh.
because of Donald Trump.
Okay.
I know you may not like him, but where do you think you're going to go and live in a better country? She's going to England, I think. She's got British citizenship for some reason. It's been granted to her.
Okay. I mean,
I can't see it as being a big loss for this country.
yeah, here's the thing about it is if you say you're going to do it and you do it, all right, good for you. You know, Ellen did it. Who just did it recently?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell, yeah.
This bitch. And That one guy from Law and Order.
Yeah.
He left a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm pretty good. Don't go to Canada because we're probably going to take over Canada.
Right. So you're just going to move, and then you're going to be like, oh, no, I'm back in the United States.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
So.
But the thing is with Courtney Love, it's like, okay. That doesn't change anything for, I don't think, any of us.
If you didn't tell us, we wouldn't know.
No.
Do you think we're living in The Handmaid's Tale?
I didn't watch the movie, but I know about it, so I know what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
I think that
Just slowly, gradually
turning into
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine. Like if you, I think we're going to die before it happens, but I think if you were to come back 150 years from now, you would not believe what Earth has turned into if it's still here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna, I think every generation thinks that. Every generation, boy, this could be the one, this is the one, this is the one, and then nothing happens. It's all just cyclical stuff.
Okay. Could you imagine you're from the 1900s and you get dropped in right now, and people have phones and
People from the 1980s get dropped in now are going to be surprised. People from the 2000s and now the way technology advances, that people from our generation in 50 years it's going to be
and
amazing.
what people dress and what they look like.
But it's been that way every 50 years.
I think it'll look a lot like the Hunger Games. Everything's digital, and you're just touching in the air at screens, and
like Minority Report.
Yes.
Because we're basically doing that.
still
We can I can throw my phone to the TV.
Right.
Now they'll find a way to something to have it project in front of you for sure.
You can see it in your own eyeballs. You put contacts in or something because they have what are the glasses?
The
now?
meta glasses.
Meta glasses.
But
Yep.
the meta glasses are not that great. They just take video and they record and they'll identify things. But they had those old Google glasses. Yeah. I mean, and now they say, I don't know how good they are. This is the most amazing thing, Galvin, and you could have used these the other day, is they say they got the AirPods down.
Translate in
to
real
where
time.
they'll translate, as you're talking.
And
would be
you can
awesome.
focus in on other people's conversations where you can listen, like from
And if I
across
start
the
talking,
room.
it'll just he could pay attention to you.
Oh.
Yeah, I interrupted on purpose so that
Right, yeah.
be the three-way conversation.
Yeah, but how wild is that?
Yeah.
That is pretty
Apple showed one of their new concepts for like their augmented reality glasses. They're kind of like the Meta glasses, but way more advanced, where you'll be able to see ads pop up as you're looking at things. It'll do what it does to you on Facebook, where it knows your algorithm and what you want to consume. And it almost seems like it would be too much. You're driving down the road and all of a sudden it's popping up. It's like, you want a burger, fatso? And it's like, I'm just trying to drive, So it's like, it's
that was Minority
wild.
Report when he would walk down the street and it would go, "Hey, John, whatever his name was, don't you want a burger right now?" And then he turned the corner and go, "You look great in that suit, John." It was one of those.
But also, but think about like how there was never a crawl on the TV before. You know what I mean? You never noticed that, and then they started doing it, and people are like, "Oh, it's too convenient." Now every channel you watch is a
What
crawl.
was the first one? I know what it was. The first one to really put up the preview crawl. I know that everybody came and was trying to figure out how to capture what Pardon the Interruption had. Because Pardon the Interruption would list the topics that were coming up on the show.
Yeah.
And they would go down as they were done. They would move down to the next one. So when they come back, they're going to talk about the Knicks. When they come back, they're going to talk about baseball.
Right.
And then everybody's like, how do we capture that? How do we do that? And then they started bottom scrolling.
Yeah, because the bottom thing is everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. It's crazy. Even like whenever they first started doing it, I remember like NBC would have the peacock come up, and then like it would be like Cheers is coming up next. Not Cheers, but whatever it was. And then the characters from the TV show would be out there.
Yeah.
They'd cross their arms and they'd look and wave and pop back down. You're like, oh, what was in the corner?
crazy.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed by that in the beginning. I thought it was distracting, but now we're so used to seeing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Got a new TV show.
All right.
Oh.
That I absolutely love.
Okay.
It's a mess.
It's on TLC.
I think. I don't know. I don't know what I was watching.
One of those.
It's the Baldwins? With
Oh,
Alec Baldwin?
really?
Oh, I thought they said Bald Twins.
No, the Baldwins.
I was like,
Baldwins.
that's cool.
It's Alec Baldwin. Don't look it up yet if you were going to look it up.
No.
It's Alec Baldwin and his wife Hilaria, who is my new girlfriend.
Right.
I'm in love with her.
Not real name.
Hilaria.
And how many children do they have, Galvin?
I'm going to say, I know that he has quite a few kids. So I'm
Only with her, not because he has the one that he called a pig from the previous relationship, not including her.
I think they have like 7.
I was gonna say 6. Yeah.
Galvin is right.
Yeah.
7 on
Yeah.
the nose.
Ooh.
7 children.
Yeah.
she's
7. He started at 56.
Yeah.
She is a piece of ass, man. She is smoking hot.
She's a piece of work.
But so what's the deal with her? So from what I understand, I was trying to defend. Now I'm in defending her because I love her.
Okay.
From what I understand, she said that she was raised in Spain, or that her family was Spanish, or something along those lines, and that she was raised.
I don't know that she was raised.
Well,
there.
that raised in a Spanish-speaking household.
She has an accent. And
She
everything.
has an accent, but
all
then
the time.
But then they said that she's from Boston.
Yeah.
And and then not all the time.
Like she said on one of the clips I saw, she goes, how you say
Yeah.
cucumber?
Right. But the
you
thing,
know cucumber.
But this is how I was defending her to my wife. What do you call the thing that you pour pasta into with the water?
A strainer.
Colander.
Coupoline.
See, if you're calling it a coupoline in your house your whole life, and then you go to somebody else's house and go, give me the coupoline, and they go, what? And you go, how do you say the strainer?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
fine.
That's what I'm saying. So
Cucumber.
if they called cucumbers mini pickles, and mini pickle,
But
and
then
cucumber,
she
what's
would
a
say,
cucumber?
how do you say like mini pickle is a
No, but she's like, how you say cucumber.
No, she's asking like how do you say like
No, she was saying how you would say cucumber.
But the real way you would say that is, oh, you call it that, we call it a colander. You know what I mean? You don't go, how you say, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
By
but
the
you
way,
do if you're Spanish.
Hilaria,
Uh-huh.
who was accused.
If you're gonna take shots at my girl, this is gonna really be.
I'm not taking shots. I'm giving you
here.
facts. Hilaria was accused of faking her Spanish heritage,
Yes.
prompting her to later confirm she was born in Boston under the name Hillary Harward Thomas.
Oh.
Yeah, she spent a lot of her childhood in Spain, where her family still lives.
Where in English, my name is Michael, but in Italy they call me Miguel, and my father calls me Michelucci. That's just saying.
how you say But also
mini pickles.
I'd be like, oh, como se dice cucumber? That's
Yeah.
how you say cucumber?
Yeah.
She's an idiot.
She's
Cucumber.
beautiful, and I think you're
She's
just jealous.
gorgeous.
Some Rachel
still an idiot.
Dolezal stuff going on. Is that
Yeah.
I know, a little bit of cultural appropriation.
I'm from Seminole Heights, in the inner city before it was gentrified. So
True.
would it be okay if I code switched all the time?
That was hood back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it still is where I grew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the whites haven't made it there yet. Yeah,
It is. Is that why you can sing so well?
I think so.
From
yeah.
being you guys
Church.
stand on a.
Did you go to church?
Or did he stand under a streetlight at night?
I mean, it's probably why I'm a comedian, because there was two things you did in my neighborhood. You either played basketball or you sat on a corner and played dozens and talked about each other's moms. So being a fat kid, I wasn't much for basketball. I tried, but I wasn't good.
Right.
But I was the best in my neighborhood at making fun of your mom. So it was like, what kept me alive?
Yeah. What do you call it? Dozens?
Yeah, they called it the dozens. But back then, we just called it, cutting on each other or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you just naturally did it.
Yeah. I used to. I used to have a lot of friends like that. You call them friends, but man, they would just cut you down.
Those are the good old days.
They were the good old days. You could use words that you
Yeah.
can't use now.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite word, John, that has been taken away from you?
My favorite word? I mean,
I have a tie.
I like a lot of words, honestly, and I feel like I still use them. So I don't think I've had anything taken away. I pick and choose where I use words, but yeah.
I wish that I had to stop saying the R word.
Right.
Because it was very offensive
Clearly,
to
you
people.
could say it. Kanye saying it.
When Kanye says it hurts me now, it's so bad.
He also put ass afterwards, which is like the cool way of saying stuff.
Right.
I saw an old clip from Oprah where they were talking about the N-word, and a white lady, stood up in the audience and said, if you're going to say it, and she says it, and this was in the 80s, probably, whatever. She goes, you have to apply it to both white and black people because it's just everybody's the same on the inside. And at first I was like, okay, this lady's trying to help, whatever. And she goes, Oprah ain't the only and up here, this and that. And Oprah goes like, why not? And she goes, no, not that you are one. And I'm like,
Sit down, lady.
Too late.
Sit down, white lady.
I thought it was a great idea to talk on Oprah show.
Oh yeah.
I think the one that I use a lot still, like in front of everybody, is I'll say gay, but obviously not talking about like homosexual stuff. Just like that movie was pretty gay, you know, and then people get really upset about it.
Well,
but
because you're insinuating that to be gay would be an insult, so that's bad. The F word is the one I wish I could have back, and the same thing, nothing to do with gays. I love to call my son that. You know what I mean? I love to call Galvin that.
There is nothing better than someone saying something and you pause and then just go queer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny and it's fun to do, and people love that. Come on.
I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah. Well, Louis C.K. used to have that bit about the difference between saying the F word, like you don't mean it as gay. And he said, he had a scenario where like two guys were in Greenwich Village, and he's like, you could say something that's F wordy, people from Phoenix are called Phoenicians, and he's like, shut up, fag, so yeah, and he goes, it had nothing to do with gay, and then he said, if the guy was gay, I'd tell him, I go, hey, stop being an F word and go S that guy's D, it kind of broke it down and made sense.
Right.
But see, that's what angers me about words, because a fag is a cigarette in some countries. Gay is happy in certain circles. So it's all.
Do you know what a faggot is?
Yes, it's a bundle of sticks.
But it's a
that
bundle
are banging
of sticks.
dudes.
No. It's a bundle of sticks that they'd use to start fires.
Yeah.
Which they'd use to probably burn gay people. So that's probably why they don't want to be associated with that.
Well,
but still, it's such a good, hard double G word.
Yeah, I think that they're. I don't know.
You're a
they're
fan of the double G words?
I
just like. That's why with Everly, I'm never like, that's a bad word, because I don't think words are they're what you make them to be. So I love.
My kids learn that from other kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all how you take it.
I don't say things in front of my daughter, but she will not sing anything in a song that's bad. Like if she's singing a song, they leave those words
and
out.
I used to all the time. I would say all the words, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't. Well, I'm like, you wrote them. I'm not supposed to sing what you wrote. And now
I make eye contact when I sing them.
But like, I don't know. I say words. They're grown up words and sticks and stones. So
I don't know what would offend me. Like I'm trying to think of what my word is that would offend me.
No, and I mean, obviously, depending on who it's coming from. I mean, you could tell me you're fat and ugly, and that would hurt me worse than you calling me a C word bitch.
Oh, I thought you would be like,
I mean?
I'm telling you that I'm fat and ugly.
No,
Why would I have to tell you that?
Because I should already know it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty self-aware.
Damn it. No, not you. I meant me.
No.
Oh, you're taking this the wrong way.
He thought you were saying it about him.
No, I'm saying you could say it to me and it would
never.
hurt me worse than you saying something
Right.
completely whatever.
I would never say either of those.
Yeah, you might think it though.
To your face.
Yeah.
I
would hope you would tell me.
Oh, of course I would.
Okay.
You wouldn't be here. I wouldn't want to stare at a fat ugly girl all the time. The Baldwin show.
Yes. Hilaria.
It is something else. It's them, and they live in what appears to be a small New York City apartment, but because you're only seeing one floor of it, you know.
Correct.
Yeah. And then in one episode, they take their 2 Range Rovers and drive them to the Hamptons, the monstrous place that they have out there, along with their 7 kids, 4 pets, and 2 nannies.
Wow.
2 nannies. 2 nannies. Well, they got 7 kids.
Wow.
They got
2
7
Range Rovers.
kids. Yeah.
How old's their oldest?
So she looks like she's probably about 11.
Okay.
Maybe 11 or 12.
Okay.
And then the rest are boys.
I mean, that's still a lot of kids in a short amount of time.
So there's a little baby, like no hair having baby. So I don't know how old she is, but she can crawl and walk around, but she's wearing diapers and no shirts.
Yeah.
And at one point, she was climbing on the counter, and I went like this. I leaned forward, and I go, "Get the baby, get the baby, get the baby!" Like it was freaking me out. So I think that they have too many kids. Like they definitely need 2 nannies. She can't take care of them.
Well, she seems like she's very like, yeah, whatever the kids want to do, it's fine.
Yeah.
Very.
The one thing I was very surprised about was that right out of the gate, not 5 minutes into it, they showed the shooting, and then they showed it again later on, and they showed the reaction of Alec Baldwin. So they had him in custody, and they had him in a room with 2 female police officers. And a woman came in and she goes, "Well, we got some bad news." And he said, "What's that?" And he goes, "She didn't make it." And he's like, "What?" Like he can't believe that she died. And you show him melting down. And I thought this is pretty sad. But then I realized the whole thing is really just to show how much this shooting has affected his life with the kids and all that. And he has butthole eyes worse than I do now. He was such a handsome guy.
Yeah.
And now he's got straight, I killed a woman butthole face. I didn't. Alec Baldwin did.
Right.
Yeah, but his eyes are droopy. Anyway, he got her when he was 54, I think it was. And she was like half his age. And she was looking pretty goddamn hot. And she's a yoga instructor.
Yep.
Oh my
She
God.
still looks good.
Well, she looks great, but I'm saying, and dude, that body turned out 7 kids. Where? She's wearing half shirts in the show.
I can only imagine what it looked like after 7 kids.
They probably bought some.
Not that.
You know what I mean?
No, they were all,
No.
they all came from me. They're all straight Irish kids.
Yeah.
But that also shows that, women, if you really want to do it, you can get back in shape.
I mean, really,
I
the
would not wanna do
example was before Kelly Ripa. Kelly Ripa was like, Kelly Ripa's got all these kids and she got abs. Now Hilaria should be the new go-to. That's 7 kids
Kelly
with
Ripa's
Alec
not-
Baldwin's sloppy body on top of you, and you still look that hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. No excuses.
There's no excuses.
No.
Snap it back.
I don't have any.
I'm not talking to you. I'm saying, like,
I'm
snap
just
it back.
saying. You're looking at me.
No, well, you're in front of me.
Well.
I'm not really talking to you.
Okay.
Talking to Carmen. I bet
Carmen
you
hasn't had any kids.
Carmen's gonna have kids. I bet you Carmen's had kids before, just not had kids.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
no.
that's my guess. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think she will have kids.
I think she will.
I
think
think
her and Chad
now
are
that
so
he's
tight.
coaching and she has adopted all of those kids, that keeps her.
But I want one.
No. I told her I will lend her mine anytime.
Yours is a bad example because yours is a great kid and she's adorable and she says adorable things, so makes you want more kids. That's not a good thing to do.
I don't want more kids.
Your kid makes me wish I had more kids.
But then they're never as good.
I am 1 year younger than Alec Baldwin was when he started his relationship with the delicious Hilaria.
Oh, okay.
And I can't imagine now having 7 new children.
Oh my God.
7.
But see, if you have help like that, like I would be far less tired.
I don't want to know 7 more people. I don't want 7 more people in my life that I have to pay attention to.
That's fair. It's a lot.
2 maybe.
Like I feel so bad. My mom was so exhausted yesterday.
Yeah.
After having her
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day. Because she's nonstop.
What do you think Alec Baldwin's worth?
I don't know.
150 million.
I think less. I would say it's up there, but less than that.
80 million.
60 million.
Well, now with all these legal
I'm
fees.
going to need an actual number.
130 million.
It says about 70 million.
Oh.
That's not good.
No.
That's not
No.
good.
That's 10 million a kid.
Yeah,
10
I
million a
think
kid.
he's all right.
You think he's gonna do okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All those legal fees.
Legal fees, and what did he have to settle with them for?
I don't
Like
know.
they had a civil suit.
Yeah.
He faces substantial legal fees due to the Rush shooting and a related civil lawsuits, as well as cost of supporting his family, including his children, his ex-wife Kim Basinger, and his 7 children with Hilaria.
Now he shouldn't have to pay her anymore.
No, because those kids are all grown, right?
It's one kid, right? The one that he called a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
kid-
she's
older now.
Yeah.
I don't know what her deal is. But she definitely
He called a pit. David Hasselhoff he didn't call
he
his
just ate
kid.
the sandwich.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
just
Okay.
ate drunk and
Yeah.
ate the sandwich.
Yeah.
Is all he did.
And she videoed it to make him
That's what it
see
was.
how
He told her to video.
garbage he was.
He told her next time I get drunk, video it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He
Well,
wanted to be
she
shamed.
sure did.
Yep.
It worked.
He wanted to be shamed into being into going sober. It did it work? I don't know. I assume he's sober.
Have you guys seen Hasselhoff's daughter?
No, is she hot?
She's like a plus size model. Yeah, she's super hot. Yeah.
How plus size though? Like a big plus or just kind of like bigger than a normal model?
She's fluctuated now.
Yeah.
She's been like, chubby, but then she's also been like Kate Upton plus size.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I'll take it.
But even chubby, I mean, she's still like gorgeous.
No, Johnny, you're wrong.
Used to be. I don't know. I haven't seen her in like
What's
10
her
years.
name? Do we know her name?
She's garbage.
Why?
She's a fat tub of goo.
Did she let herself go back?
Haley Amber Hasselhoff.
Haley.
She's fat and her face isn't even pretty.
I saw her 10 years ago. She looked good.
Mm.
Can you type in 10 years ago,
Oh,
Gal?
her face is pretty, but
No, it's not.
Pretty fat.
Her face is not pretty.
She looks like Fat Amy.
Yeah. She looks like they tried to make over Ricky Lake.
Oh, you want to see hot big girls? Go to Steven Seagal's daughter, Arissa LeBrock.
That's who I was thinking about.
Yeah. That's much
my
different.
bad.
That's much different.
Yeah, because Steven Tyler's daughter too. I think Mia.
Yeah,
Tyler.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful, but she's big.
Yeah.
This is just a big pumpkin head.
Right. Yeah.
No, Arissa LeBrock, she's the hot one. She fluctuates too, but she's just a big girl.
Right.
She's naturally big, but she's really pretty.
Who's the one that's the number one big girl? That
Ashley Graham.
Yeah, Ashley.
Oh,
Graham.
I
she's
love
gorgeous.
her.
And her face is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Even her body's pretty.
You know
gorgeous.
what? You know what would make her hotter if she was in better shape.
Wow.
Does anybody disagree with
No,
that?
I think she's hot. I think she's perfect.
Would she be hotter if she was in better shape?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She'd look different.
She'd look better.
She'd be a different kind
Better
of hot.
is the word you're looking for.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
100%.
I think she's. I don't
Everybody
think
looks
she's
better.
fat.
Everybody looks better when they're in shape.
Mm.
but she's not like she
She's
doesn't
just a
have
bigger
like
boned woman.
yes, she's not like oh god. This is
By the
so
way,
bad. But
have
like
you ever
Lizzo,
seen
how
a
Lizzo was
skeleton?
like the belly hanging over fat.
Right, that's fat.
Right.
Have you ever
but
seen a skeleton?
Yeah, not a fan.
And do they have bigger bones and smaller bones?
Yes.
No, not like crazy bigger bones. They're all basically the same.
No, I
mean
think
obviously
big boned
taller.
is just a phrase that you
Right.
say. Like a girl is a bigger, she's taller and she's a little wider, but it doesn't mean that she's fat. Like I don't.
She
like,
doesn't have big, heavy bones.
I bet you.
She's not a
Ashley-
Brontosaurus.
Right. I bet you Ashley Graham is size wise an average woman. I bet you she's the average
Yes.
clothing size
She's
of an
probably
average
like a
woman.
14.
Right. Whereas a model is a 0,
Yes.
or a double 0, or whatever they do.
I would be plus size.
Yes.
That's why I laugh.
Listen,
I laugh when people say like Khloe Kardashian is a monster. and
She's a
giant.
monster.
She's
By the way,
me.
I know, but she's a monster.
by the
but
book,
because they're so little.
by the book, we're all obese.
Yes.
By the book,
Wait
we're
a minute.
all-
I'm not obese.
By
you
the
might
book, you might be.
You might be.
No way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Joe is offended.
By the
I am
way,
offended.
by the way, Ashley Graham would be a good size for a running back. She's 5'10", 200 pounds.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah.
She's busting
No,
that A gap.
5'10".
She's 5'10",
Yeah,
200
that's pretty
pounds.
tall.
That is tall,
I
but
don't
that's
think she's
also
a
big.
running back. I'm trying to think of somebody who would
If
fit
that-
that.
is there a guy? If a guy is 5'10" and 200 pounds, he's not
I don't know.
huge.
God,
It's
that'd be a
hard to-
dream.
Yeah, it's hard to figure.
But also, it's how people carry it. Like I've been heavier, but I carry it well because I'm a little bit taller.
Najee Harris is 6'1", 232. So he's a couple inches taller and a couple pounds heavier.
32 pounds heavier. That's a
Yeah, but he's
lot
also
of,
muscle.
it's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of muscle.
All right, I'm gonna give you another one. This one I follow on Instagram. She's definitely big, like thick, probably close to 200 pounds. Iskra Lawrence. She's I want to say
I've
she's
seen her.
Norwegian or something, but she's big, but it's all put together perfectly. Like she's just like
Nope.
stacked. Are you looking at her?
Yeah, she's not unattractive, but
I think she's hot
like
as
she
hell.
doesn't have Pete face.
By the
She's
way,
got a pretty face.
this says a running back who is 5'10" and 200 pounds is common size in the NFL, with examples including Willie the Man Edwards, Clyde.
But most of your running backs are little.
Yeah, 5'10" is small for a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 232 is a difference between 232 and 199.
200. Why are we dropping a pound
No,
now?
but I'm
But
saying
yeah,
you-
but you're adding muscle too. You're adding muscle onto that.
She's got some muscle. I'd take Ashley Graham. I don't know about Iskra Lawrence. She's a little bit a little puffy in the midsection.
They could both give me CTE right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
this
good.
one was pregnant too.
Yeah, I don't know. Now my wife is like really like tiny now. Like she used to
Yeah.
be, a big girl, and she's lost so much weight. The other day she's like, "Hey, when you look at porn, are you looking at smaller girls now? Are you looking at?" I don't want to tell her.
Were you looking at bigger girls before?
I've always liked thick girls. It's always been my thing.
You have.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't out of necessity. Like that's all I could get. I mean, come on.
Right, but why you look at something that you can get when you're looking at porn? I always go for the things I can't get.
No, see, I like it to be realistic. I don't
I want
want
realistic, but
Yeah.
I want it also to be like if I could get it normal, I wouldn't even look at it at porn. I just go get it.
Nah, my fantasy needs to make sense. I need my porn girls to look like they work at Dunkin' Donuts and they're going to hook me up with extra cream cheese on my
I am
bagel.
still to this day amazed by this guy that I knew that went out with the fat girl, and she was super nice. She was a super nice girl, but she was a fat girl. She was big,
Right.
and he was skinny. He was rail skinny. She was fat, and I was like, I don't know. I guess maybe he just likes fat girls or
Sure.
whatever the deal is. They broke up. He came in with a smoke show, skinny, tall, blonde, and I go,
You're telling me he's dating girls for their personality? Who is this man?
wild?
Yeah, that's
Wild.
crazy. All right, we got long-winded. I need to take a break, catch up on some commercials before we get out of here. So let's do that now. 727 is not a number. 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. There you go. I've only got 5 minutes before we got to get out of here today. So if you want to get your phone calls in, 800-771-1025. We're both going to Orlando today, not
Yeah.
together.
No.
You're going to the Magic game?
Yeah.
Who are they
tonight,
playing?
Houston Rockets.
Just you and your wife?
No, me and my buddy Pete.
Oh, what is this?
I told you about Pete.
I know, but you're doing more events with Pete now?
Pete and I went to Foreigner.
You said
me and my wife and Pete.
You're
and
such a copycat having a best friend named Pete. No, that's good.
Yeah.
So you and Pete are going to the Magic game. Does he have Pete face?
No.
No.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, but different category.
Different
people.
Pete face.
Different Pete face, yeah.
Update on that. Pete got a ringer.
Oh,
Got
really?
A good one. Yeah.
Did we ever find the blonde?
No.
Damn it! What
No,
the?
I know.
how-
Well, look,
was she a figment
mysterious.
of our imagination? Did we all see the same?
We played at where was that?
St. Pete Grand Prix.
St. Pete Grand Prix, and we got off stage, and one of the hottest chicks that was in the crowd came over and wanted to meet Pete, and she went over there and met Pete, and they talked, and then
If I was to write a movie, I'd call it All About Pete. That's what the movie would be called.
and then she left, and Pete didn't get her number, but he did give her a business card. So I said, "Well, Pete, your best bet on that is if she ever wants to buy a Ferrari. That's the only thing she
Yeah.
was going to call you." But
And she's not reaching out. If he liked her, he should have.
So where do you find
got
this
her.
one?
He should at least got her Instagram, like
I
something.
know he's usually good at that stuff. This one, so he's on the dating app, and every day he gets matches with the most horrendous women I've ever seen.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not
Pete
even
face.
being I'm not even being mean. Like I'm not saying they're not good. They're just horrendous looking.
Okay.
And I feel bad because what I'm saying is that Pete can't be matched with somebody that looks like Pete. They can't have Pete face.
Yes.
He got one that rang pretty high,
Okay.
and we were both questioning whether or not she was real. That's how hot she was. So, But they're going out.
And
They're going out. So
What if he goes to take her out? He rings the doorbell and she says it's $150. No, it's $150 to get in.
oh, he'll pay.
Like
Yeah.
birthday boy.
Pete will be like, all right, I'll take the hit. You're here now. You might as well come in. Mike Calta Show. Good morning. You son of a bitch. I'm not taking any more phone calls for the rest of the day. All 2 minutes left of the show. Johnny Ballsack, where are you going to be this weekend?
Tomorrow.
Well, what are you doing?
doing?
Comedy tonight?
Yeah. Well, I'm hosting the open mic at Laugh Out Lounge in Winter Haven.
Now, how many people come out to that? A lot?
A lot, yeah. A lot of open micers, obviously.
Yeah.
But the owners, they've been letting the amateurs kind of run the asylum on open mic night. So he wants to try to get some experienced people in there to
Get in there and
run
clean
it
it up a little
correctly.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show them how to do it. So I told him I'd do it. And then I'm doing my show there. I do a monthly show called Johnny B's Filthy Four, where I get 3 other comedians and we do the dirtiest comedy ever.
Oh.
And that's tomorrow night at the same place at Laugh Out Lounge in Winter Haven. It's a really cool club. It's kind of like a New York style basement club, but in the middle of downtown Winter Haven. It's like a little kill box. It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be out at Joyland on what, Saturday?
Friday. I'll be at Joyland from 6 to 8 for the cruise credential thingy.
Document party?
Yep, document party. And then I'll head over the bridge and hang out with you guys at Daiquiri Shack. And then Saturday, I'm going to a rap concert that I'll be 30 years older than everybody at the Ritz that night in Ybor City.
The Ritz? Who's at the Ritz?
Connor Price. So my wife and I started listening to him during the pandemic.
He's a rapper?
Yeah. He's a little dorky white guy, but he does a lot of collaborations with other rappers. And it's kind of like
I'm surprised my son hasn't.
I was just gonna say, I can't believe you haven't heard of him yet.
Well, my son's going to see Tyler the Creator that night, so he may actually be picking one over the other.
Yeah, one's not like the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, good. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for filling in here and taking over the board and all that other stuff. Great job, JoJo. Thank you for coming in here and hanging out with us.
Boys.
Doing a great job. Also,
a lot of compliments for both of you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well,
I haven't seen them. But,
me either.
Well,
but I appreciate it.
I wrote them down in my journal.
Thank you.
I just try not to screw up a lot. I think
It was very minimal.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah, I thought you did great.
Awesome.
Galvin writes his comments down and puts them in his time capsule. I'm starting to use it right now.
That's right.
I learned something today.
Capsule.
In his
Capsule.
reservoir.
Not capsule. Capsule.
Capsule.
You're going to say it all day, right?
Well, from now on, I'm going to say it right. I've learned
Right.
an important lesson today. And that's it. All right, let's get the hell out of here.